And we are live.
Ermagerd.
Oh my god, it's finally here.
Yes.
Oh, seems just like yesterday, like I've seen a couple of you.
It has been forever. These are truths.
And yet, no matter how much I torture you guys, you just keep coming back for more.
Oh, we're pain. Oh, was it? We're oh God, what's the saying? It's just
You're
we want the
masochists?
punishment. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least Raven, is only has to put up with my evilness once a week.
Yes, but at least I get to witness the shenanigans on Tuesdays.
That's true.
And it never fails to make me go, oh, why? Why are they doing this now?
Because
Yeah.
because chaos magic in it rains rum and then somebody lights it on fire and then
With a fireball.
just sets everybody on fire. I mean, nothing's wrong with that, right?
It's Divinity 2 all over again.
Yep.
That's all it is.
But how you guys been?
I got sick randomly again. I don't know why. I'm randomly sick.
I blame it on the winter. Like everybody I know is sick right now.
Yeah, but I just did this like 2 weeks ago. Didn't I pay my dues? I already paid my dues. I thought, but apparently not.
Nope. You've lived in California for too long, so being around snow once again has affected you.
Yeah.
You have that Californian constitution when it comes to the cold.
No.
Make a con save.
Oh God, that'd be terrible.
California, when you think 50 is cold.
Yeah, right.
Nope.
It's adorable.
Raven, what have you been up to since the last time we saw each other?
Oh God. Little bit of everything. Dealing with real life more than anything else. But oh no. Stream wise, just keep hammering away at XCOM, watching everybody slowly die. But the highlight of my past week has been shoveling a 3-inch packed black ice and snow off my driveway. Like literally inch thick of black ice with 2 inches of packed snow on top.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or if that was enjoyable.
My arms still hurt.
I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. So.
No, it's sort of the inevitability of living here. We don't get tornadoes, we don't get hurricanes, we don't get all of that. We get -30, -40, and snow.
See, I'll just decide to live in California where the ground just decides it wants to be in another location from time to time.
If you move to BC, you get the best of both worlds.
Is it really the best though?
It's what we tell ourselves.
No, I'll take the snow and the temperature any day of the week. It's not that bad.
So some people may be questioning what has happened since Wednesday was our RPG mixtape sessions for a while. Schedules happened as they normally do. Real life started to happen, and it wasn't looking like we would be able to maintain the playstyle that we wanted for RPG mixtape. So instead, we had a little meeting a couple weeks ago and decided to just do a full-on campaign of a game instead of switching every month. So we decided to go with Dragon Age, the Dragon Age RPG that is out, and I know both Zorro and I were probably the most excited for it. After a brief conversation, we decided that I was going to DM it. And I have been doing so much ridiculous research and whatnot, like not even on the lore as much as going through the rules and making sure that, you know, the base rules were going to be okay for when we started. Though, as you guys could see, this awesome overlay, all the character artwork that we got here, Zorro was awesome enough to do everything for us. So we've got awesome backdrops for this. We got one for a map. You see the character art here. She's even made tokens for the characters when we go onto the map. But yeah, so this is going to be something that is hopefully going to run and maintain its course, much like the Tuesday game. After we finish the campaign, maybe we'll go on to a season 2 of it, or we'll jump into a new game. That's not really decided yet, but for now, for the long run, you've got us playing Dragon Age with me torturing everybody even more with a darker setting than D&D. But before we get into it, we've got some characters we have to introduce. Imp is unfortunately AFK right now. Some last minute work stuff popped up that he had to take care of. So his character is going to be missing for this session, which is fine because I already figured out a way to bring his character in later on. But who wants to give a rundown of their character first?
I think Fox should go first.
I mean, you're right. There's already been some questions about what is Fox playing. So
Yep. If the chat
yeah.
wants to know.
Toby was asking what
Okay,
Fox was
but-
playing, so
That's Toby. His questions don't count.
Whoa.
look. I think you owe Toby a description of your character.
I owe Toby a lot of things. Okay, well, since I've been voluntold to go first, I guess I'll go first. So my character is a lovely, wonderful, kind person from Tevinter. At least that's what she thinks about herself. She is I guess technically fledgling blood mage at this point, since we're all starting at level 1. She is a Tevinter Altus, and the Altus are like the high class of Tevinter, and she is from actually the capital as well. Minrothos, I think is the name of it.
Minrothos, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's where she's from. I don't yet know what she's doing in Ferelden with all of these lovely people, but we'll figure that out, I'm sure. She has kind of very pale skin, bright green eyes, dark, short hair, and she has these lovely red markings kind of down her chin and on her forehead that are kind of like teeth on her face. You can probably see from the character art there that the lovely character art that Zorro did for us. And I don't really know if there's much more to say about her yet, because we haven't really jumped into it.
Well, being a Tevinter, what is her opinion like everyone else? Not like group wise, but everybody who isn't a Tevinter.
Well, I mean, naturally, they're all lower class than I am. I think it's kind of cute how they all scurry around their little towns and cities. Typical high-class Tevinter. She feels she's better than the majority of people out there, and she's not
Typical
really
Tevinter.
afraid to. She's not really afraid to say that either. And I think that's going to come across in the way that she treats people and the way that she talks to people, kind of like they're children almost. And she thinks it's humorous to her, the way that they feel they're so important when she knows they're not.
All right, who wants to go next?
I can see Raven stalling for time, so I'll go
No,
next.
I'm not actually. I was just filling in one gap that I had to answer a question for.
Do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I'm going to preface this with the whole fact of this is my first real delve into Dragon Age. I have played very little of the games, so I am playing a surface dwarf warrior by the name of Magnus Halick. I am a casteless dwarf, so looked down upon by most of Dwarven society as sort of, they're there, everyone avert your eyes. But up until now, he's sort of been a servant doing odd jobs, what's been available up until recently.
Okay, so being like the same question, being somebody who is like even a castless dwarf, what is his opinion of people who are outside of the dwarven race?
He's fairly accepting of pretty much everyone, just because there isn't, I mean, everybody looks down upon the castless, at least within Dwarven society. So he's been very accepting of anyone who's willing to pay any sort of mind, whether it be another dwarf or anyone else. As long as they aren't outright hostile, they're totally okay in my books.
Alrighty. And Zorro, what about your character?
My character is Valantha Tamel. She is a Dalish elf. Her clan, even though the Dalish travel, they mostly stay within the territories of the Emerald Graves. She is one of the scouts and the warriors that usually goes off from the clan to kind of do her own thing and all that good stuff. But she's very intrigued with Elven history and just history in general. So she usually gets into trouble trying to go and do stuff by herself instead of bringing like a party with them when they usually discover artifacts from the old world of the elves. So it tends to get her into trouble since she just likes to go and study off by herself. And yeah, she's an archer. And she, being a typical Dalish elf, she's not completely trustworthy of other races, but she doesn't necessarily hate them. However, because she loves history, she does know what goes on with Tevinter, so I can already tell her and Fox's character is probably not going to get along too well at first. Maybe we'll see what happens, but yeah, she doesn't necessarily hate everyone, but she doesn't really go out of her way to make friends with other races.
Oh, so I just have a feeling like once Imp's character gets into this, everybody is just going to be butting heads, and you guys are going to cause more trouble between yourselves than I am, which, I fully welcome.
Yep. Shenanigans will ensue.
What's a Dragon Age game without a little conflict between party members? Hashtag punch Solus.
I was gonna say who punch Solus.
Every time. Just get a punching bag with Solus's face on it. Anyway, so yeah, Imp is going like when Imp joins us, I will let Imp introduce his character, but as you guys can see, he is going to be playing a Kunari. Very large Kunari with a very large mace. But I will let him get into more detail about his character when he joins us. But this game is going to be something that, if you're expecting a lot of the story lore to impact this game, like it's supposed to be like running off, the story of the games that you've played, it's not going to be that. This is going to be a story that is with a group of adventurers who are not tied to anything like the Inquisition or anything such like that. Once the characters hit level 6, they can become Grey Wardens. They can go through the trial, so the Grey Wardens may make an appearance. But in regards to this being a Inquisition story, or like going off the story of Dragon Age 2 or anything like that, not so much. Timeline wise though, the world is taking place in a setting about a year after the final events of the Trespasser DLC for Dragon Age Inquisition. So like that's just, you know, something we decided on because it's untouched territory right now because the game hasn't been made, so we can't really screw up any of the lore since it's not there. But with that, do expect them to be traveling not only through Ferelden. The entire world is open for them to travel, so if they just decide one day, hey, let's just go to Devinter for reasons, you can go to Devinter. Shadow Fox, thank you for the host. Before the BioWare devs are watching and it becomes lore. I mean, I feel sorry for that game too, because my planning phases aren't good enough for a BioWare game. But
we'll have fun.
Oh yeah, like I hope you guys have fun with this. So there was a discussion on how you guys know one another, and it's quite simple. You don't. Actually, today is the very first time the three of you are going to be laying eyes on one another. As all of you settle down for the night in your respective beds, something happened, and you're not too sure exactly what it was. But now you all awaken bound and gagged in a rickety cart, stripped of your belongings. The pig iron bars around the cage giving you the impression that you are indeed prisoners, to whom you cannot really tell because they are all wearing very heavy black cloaks, though they are speaking in the trade tongue to one another, laughing and making crude jokes. As you begin to look around, you notice you notice one another, as well as a couple malnourished looking humans that don't look like they are going to make it through the night. Behind the cart that you are in is another cart that seems to house chests rather than people, where you can only guess this is where your belongings are being held. Currently around your cart, you've got about 10 medium-sized humans escorting the cart along. One rider is sitting on front of the cart, guiding a pair of horses down a very dirty and swamp covered road. I need to remember your names here. Let me bring up the sheet. Let me bring up my thing here. Valantha, you would probably recognize this as the Kakari Wilds.
Okay.
As the very dark roads and the swamp water that just seems to spill over onto the roads itself, and the twisted looking trees just from years in its dark environment, kind of gives you an unsettling vibe, as you know, stories of your childhood come back, you know, begin to tell you, and you begin to recall childhood tales of witches and, you know, spirits and everything inhabiting the Kakari Wilds. But as you are going down the cart, one of the cloaked figures comes over to it and slaps
Ed.
Fox, how do you pronounce your character's name again?
Good question.
Tell them how you figured out your name.
So I literally used like a Tevinter name generator for this, and then I just altered it to so it looks the way I wanted it to look.
Is it Asthea?
That's how
Or
I've been kind of
Asthea?
pronouncing it in my name is kind of like Asthea.
Asthea. Okay. So Asthea, you're sitting there and you're looking around, kind of disgusted at your current surroundings and company, as you receive a quick slap on the back of the head, and there's a chuckle coming from behind you. And you hear the man who slapped you. He's like, this one here. No, actually, these three here. I'm gonna fetch a good price from the old man. Seems to like them lively and healthy. The other ones, not so much. But long as they're alive, they'll pay us the coin.
Are we gagged right now?
Acia is gagged.
So in the book, it doesn't say anything about having to use your hands or your speech to cast spells.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was bound and gagged, would I still be able to cast a spell?
Yeah, you would definitely be able to cast a spell, and just like from the way that they've just like loosely bound you, like you're not even bound with like irons or anything like that. All of you are just bound with basic rope, and you've got cloth in your mouth. So this isn't like you've been silenced by a Templar or anything like this. This seems like just some half-assed way, thinking that you have to talk to cast spells, so they just stuff something in your mouth, hoping to avoid any spell casting from you.
Okay, so I'm going to just close my eyes and remain still and silent for the next minute or so. And at the end of that minute, unless I'm interrupted, I will cast a thing.
How exactly are you going about casting? Like, are you just like remaining very still and doing it? Are you making any noise?
Remaining still, kind of how you would imagine somebody casting like a concentration spell or something. Just hands clasped together, eyes closed, kind of almost looking like I'm praying, though I'm very obviously not.
Okay. So I will do something here. Because I won't see if they see anything. So with a 13, no, they do not take notice of your very still stature at the moment. And so you're able to get your spell off if you'd like.
Okay. So I assume I click the button that says cast spell, and that will include the rolls that it needs to include.
I
Let's
hope.
find out. Okay, it did. Nice. And I exceeded the target, so the spell does in fact go off. So this is a utility spell. What I guess everyone at this point will see is just a little wisp of light kind of like come into being near my head and just kind of slowly circle around me. And what that does is adds +1 to my spell power. And it has no like time limit on it as far as I can see. It just takes 1 minute to cast.
Okay, and this light is visible to everyone, correct?
As far as I know, it just says you summon a small wisp that floats near you, so I assume it's visible to everyone.
Okay, and so like the wisp comes up and everyone just sees it like softly illuminate for a moment, and you hear the one that slapped you again just go, "Oi, this one's here casting spells," and you guys could see like Zorro and Raven could see him raise a cudgel in his hand as he just brings it down between the bars.
Crap, we're in a cage, aren't we?
Yep.
Dang it. Because I had a plan and it wasn't going to work.
The real question is, does he hit the bars or not?
What's that?
The real question is, does he actually hit
Well,
bugs or the bars?
Well, since Fox is currently like sitting down, not armored and kind of bound, he's gonna get a +2 to the to his roll because of it. Fox, what is your current defense at the moment?
10.
10?
Yeah, I'm a mage, so even if I was in my normal garb, I have no armor.
Okay, so a 14 is going to beat it. Give me 1 second here. I had the quick table for the weapons, I believe. Yes. Where's that little cudgel at? Okay, that's not bad. All right, so you're going to take 3 damage as it just comes down on the back. It comes down to the back of your head, and then you could feel like a small like a small spear point just like pressing into the back of your neck. No more of that, or you're going to lose your head.
Look over my shoulder and shoot the guy a glare, but I mean I'm bound and gagged, so I can't really do anything about it.
He calls back and he's like, James, watch this one. She even moves weird. Kill her. And like a young man walks up, and you can see that he's got like a footman spear in his hand, and he just like stays very close within striking distance of your character.
Well, that's too bad, dear. Then you won't get enough coin then if one is down. Pity. Less coin in your pockets.
Less coin, yes, but we remain alive.
Oh, I don't know. It's been a while, but last I heard, I think mages go for quite a pretty amount of coin. Just saying.
And now I'm shooting you the glare.
Well, as long as she stays still and doesn't do any more of that fancy casting, we'll get our coin. If not, we can always find more.
I'm gonna look around and see if I see like any crack in the wood or any holes or anything.
Alrighty. Let me see here. What can I use for that one? Perception.
Okay. I was like, they have a perception.
It's just a straight up perception roll here.
I don't know what that means, but it looks good.
5, 5, and 6 with a +3, so that's a total of 18. So yes. So
yeah.
As you're looking around, you can see that this cart wasn't originally meant for transporting travelers, as the cage just seems to have been hastily constructed and put on there, and you can see it like the shoddy workmanship, to where a strong enough like impact on the cart would probably just knock the cage off, but it would cause a bit of a ruckus as well.
Now when we're in the cage, is there metal below us as well?
No. Like you are sitting on the cart itself. Like the cart itself is what you're sitting on, and the outside of the cart just has a rickety cage that has been put around it.
Okay.
Like I said, it looks very, very half-assed.
If I were to kind of kick my leg into the floorboard, would there be a fairly decent chance of it breaking?
Strong enough kick may break it.
All right. Why not? Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
My strength isn't too terrible, so that's okay.
With a 12, you bring your foot up and you slam it down onto the wood, and all it does is just make a very loud thud, and it causes James to look back at you for a moment. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Don't be slamming foots.
Just trying to move position is all.
Don't move.
So where are we going?
Mm,
Where are we going?
mm. This is like James just shrugging and making noises, is like just giving you the fact that he's probably new. He looks like he may be 16 at the most.
Are you not important enough for them to tell you where we're going? It's a little sad, don't you think? Shouldn't you know the same amount of knowledge as everyone else?
Boss knows.
Matters. He doesn't know who's paying him.
Ooh, maybe he won't get paid at this rate if he's at the bottom of the chain.
Do you have any skills in communication?
That's a good question. Yeah, I do.
What skills do you have in communication?
Oh, you mean like the sub skill
The sub
thing?
skill. Do you have like deception
Oh,
or anything like that?
No.
Okay. You can
No.
still do a communication roll here.
Ooh.
15, 17. I just think it's straight up because you don't have the skill in deception. I think what it is, but either way,
Yeah.
a 15 will work. As you could like for a moment, you see him take his eyes off of the mage and begin to like think about it for like a split second. Like, no, what do you mean they won't pay me?
Well, I mean, if they haven't told you anything and you're just the grunt, do you know how much the grunts get paid? The least amount.
Or not at all. I mean, if this is your first run, who really knows?
Oh, and if he messes up, oh.
This could be a test for him.
That's if you're lucky.
Or they might just sell you if you do badly.
Like he like loses step for a moment and like quickly catches up to like the cart again looking at the bound mage, holding his spear, but you could see that you have put like planted a seed of doubt into his mind.
Yes. I'm just saying, you want to protect yourself as well. That's all I'm saying. But what do I know? I'm just a wee poor little knifey over here.
So you could he like lowers his head a bit, and you can see that he's muttering to himself, kind of like having an internal conflict or like arguing with one another. Not one another, but arguing with himself.
At that point, I'm going to slowly, because I saw he was trying to help me, I'm going to slowly lean in towards the dwarf and be like, "Are you pretty strong?"
What did you have in mind?
Take a look around. The cart is not exactly sturdy. Could potentially make a break for it, or I could try to locate where the key is.
Did they even take the time to bolt this cage down?
It doesn't look like it.
It's bolted down, but it's again very half-assed. To a dwarf, it kind of makes you sick to your stomach.
The craftsmanship.
even the iron that they used is like just low quality.
I mean, we could just push on the side of the cage without moving, and the whole thing might just rock.
Is there any is there like a canvas on top of this where it's covered, or is it like the back of a wagon of a cart?
No, back of a wagon. It's just the back of the wagon with like a really crappy cage put on top of it.
Okay, how many men are around then?
10 that you can see.
10?
Yeah, all of them are armed. 10 who are on foot, and then you have number 11 who's currently riding currently driving the cart.
And only one man's paying attention to us right now?
No, like everyone else like passes glances at you, but the kid was pretty much put on the mage because she started casting spells. So he's just waiting for that chance to like stab her if she tries anything.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look and see who has the keys.
Okay.
for the cage.
Go ahead and give me that perception.
That elfy.
And you do have seeing, which I believe seeing is just you can see things, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah, okay.
perception is like smell, hearing, sight, and mine's based on sight.
Okay. So with the ability, so 6, 11, 12, looking around, you can see that one of the larger gentlemen up near the front of your little caravan has a keyring on his hip. And he's got a large two-handed axe on his shoulder. And you just have this feeling that he's probably the one who's in charge.
Is it within reach if I reach my hand out?
No, he's out a bit. He's kind of leading the whole walk.
So is this cart being pulled by a horse?
Yes.
Just one horse?
Just one horse. So you're moving rather slowly, but the horse surprisingly doesn't seem to be agitated or fearful of its surroundings. So you kind of get the feeling that with the care that looks like it's been put into this horse, they probably stole it from someone.
And it's probably safe to assume that the horse is within 10 meters of me, I would say.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, 10 yards. Okay. I'm just going to kind of side eye the horse a bit. And then if anyone else in the cart is paying attention, they'll see me kind of with my hands bound together, using one of my fingernails to try and nick the end of one of my fingers to make it bleed. It's taking me a minute or two to do it.
So you're just keeping it close and scratching yourself?
Yeah, hands up to the chest type of thing, but she's very obviously looking down at her hands and moving the fingernail of one finger across a different finger. It's an obvious motion to try and cut yourself.
Let's see here. I'm going to give old Jimmy here a downside because of the little seed of doubt that's been planted in his mind. He's not really fully paying attention here. No, he doesn't even notice you. So, but it takes about 30 seconds, but you're able to nick yourself just enough to where you can get a small droplet of blood out.
Once my finger starts bleeding, I'm going to look up at the others in the cart, see if they've noticed at all, see what they're doing.
I'm looking around trying to.
Yeah, the two of you could give me perception checks if you'd like. Oh, 16. Well, does Magnus have seeing as well, or
no?
No,
That's just flat
okay.
perception.
So 15 and 17. Yeah, you both see you can both see the drop of blood forming up on the finger and slowly rolling down the mage's knuckles.
I narrow my gaze.
I'm gonna shift a little more firmly against the edge of the cage.
Where am I positioned in the cart? Am I in the middle against the wall? Am I near the back against the wall?
You're against the side. You're the three of you are the dwarf and the elf are opposite of you. So they're on one side of the cart, you're against the other side.
Okay. Well, hoping that old Jimmy there doesn't notice. I'm going to look.
Jimmy's really not paying attention right now.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to look down at the blood. I'm going to look in the horse's direction. I'm going to look across at the other two. Then I'm going to kind of shift my way to the end of the cart. And then I'm going to try casting something.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. That is
Snap.
this.
Again, thank you for that. You have the target numbers already set on the spell.
Yeah. This one's a bit of a hefty target number, so we'll see what happens.
Kaboom! Fox dies.
Oh.
Ooh,
Ooh, so
I don't make
9,
it.
12. You
So
don't make it.
I miss it by 1, which so the blood on the tip of my finger, it starts to like weave itself into the air in a mist, and it looks like I'm very much controlling this, and then it just kind of falls to the ground. And I look very disappointed.
I'm disappointed too because Walking Bomb is one of my favorite spells.
Walking Bomb's fun.
Does your wisp help at all with that?
It does not.
So it's just effect.
It would have helped with the save that the horse would have had to make.
Okay.
Oh.
Like you can see, like the two of you, like you said, you see the mist go up and begins to start doing just a like weird stuff. It just falls back down onto your hand. Nobody seems to notice this though.
Aren't you a little interesting over there, mage?
I just narrow my eyes again.
As you guys are like looking at one another, the cart comes to a stop. As you can see off near the front of your little caravan, two scouts come towards the large captain, and he looks back and he just puts a finger up and like twirls it around, and you hear one of the grunts like, "All right, you heard the boss. Set up camp. We ain't moving anymore today." And they begin to unload the back of the cart that has the chests in it, and everyone just sets off to do their own sort of thing, leaving you with 2 guards patrolling your cart. Jimmy and the guy that clocked the mage in the back of the head with a cudgel.
Is the one with the cudgel, does he have any other weapons on him, or just...
It looks like he's got a dagger on his hip as well.
Can I reach that?
Not with your hands bound, no.
Dang it. I'm going to lay down on my side, kind of in the fetal position, and I'm going to start gnawing away at the...
Well, your hands are behind your back, so you really can't...
Oh. I'm good. Well, I could easily do that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stand up a little bit so I can bring it underneath my bottom.
All right,
through my
so
right up front.
I need 2 rolls from you.
Okay.
I need I think it's gonna be cunning. Yeah, is it cunning for... Yeah, it would be cunning.
Okay.
So 7, 8, and 12. Okay, that will beat it.
Yeah.
So you get your ropes out in front of you. And I think with this we're gonna need I think we're just gonna need a straight up strength as you're just trying to chew through ropes.
Okay. Oh.
With a 9, I don't think so.
No.
Now, do you have might or anything like that? Do you have anything in your strength focuses?
I do not know.
Yeah. So just with a 9, you begin to like gnaw at ropes, and the only thing that you're getting a taste of is the rope itself.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the shoddy workmanship of the cage, do I notice any nails or anything that might be sticking out? Or like a bent nail where they kind of half-assed their way putting this together?
Now, since it was pointed out to you that it's a rickety cage, I would say, yeah, you see that there are a couple of nails like haphazardly nailed into one of the corners of the cart itself.
Okay. I'm just going to very casually shimmy over and see if I can pry one of them loose.
Okay. Let's do strength focus here, since you're just trying to pull the nail out.
All right, and this is just a raw strength.
Oh.
Even though it's haphazardly nailed, like nailed into the board, it looks like it's stuck. It just feels like it's just stuck in something at the moment.
They probably bent it, putting it in on top of everything else.
More than likely.
Hey, are we gonna get some food or anything?
Now you'll get your grill when we're good and ready to give it to you.
Remember, you have to keep us healthy.
We don't have to do anything.
Oh, I guess less coin for you then.
Look, don't be worried about what coin we're getting.
Hey, I'll even help you bring them in. If I get a cut.
What? Excuse me? You think we're just gonna hire a random elf to help us?
Well, let's be honest. Everyone else here, I'm sure, was hired at random at some point.
Yeah, but they ain't a knife here.
Well, that just means I'm quick to make sure that no one will escape.
No, you're quick to get us some coin is what you're quick to.
For those of you getting coin, right?
Oh, I'm getting coin.
That's right. I think that poor guy over there might not get any. Who knows?
If he gets coin, he gets coin. Just depends on how good he works.
See? We knew it. You got to do a good job, otherwise you get nothing. This is all for nothing.
And Jimmy's like, what? But I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, but if something goes wrong, like we were attacked or something, or make her forgive, we just escape. I don't know. It just it's your head.
I like to see you try to escape.
I'm just saying, I can't. I mean, look where we are. We're surrounded by lots of danger.
And you hear Jimmy's like, but what about the big guy? He got easily enough. And he snaps at him. He's like, quiet, Jimmy. No, we don't talk about him. Besides, he's probably dead anyway.
What big guy? Someone actually escaped?
Jimmy's just like hides his head and he's like, it's nothing.
Oh, less coin. I'm so sorry. All that hard work. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, after all, I'm pretty sure the Witch of the Wilds is gone by now. I don't know, but I don't know. That's what I'd be mostly worried about.
As you feel like a rap on the side of the cage. He's like, enough with the talking. Don't be scaring the boy.
I'm scared too. I don't want to be near the Witch of the Wilds.
Do we need?
Have you heard her stories? You can try. I'll just keep mumbling. That could be very annoying.
I'm furiously nodding my head at this point.
He looks over at the kid for a moment, and he just goes back to his post. He's like, just ignore her, kid. She don't know what she's talking about.
And I kind of look over at the kid a little bit, and I just go.
All right, I think before we go any farther and you guys plotting your grand escape from this, let's go ahead and take our first break for the night as we delve into our very first episode of our Dragon Age campaign. I hope everyone is enjoying the game so far. There are plenty of shenanigans and scaring children to be had much later, but we want out. But we're going to step away for just a quick second here so we can get up, stretch your legs, get some of the drink and all that fun stuff. And then we will be right back.
Yay. You know what? If we can't escape.
All right, we are back. So, before we went on break, y'all been captured in the back of a very shoddy looking fence, or not fence, but cage in the middle of nowhere in the Kakari Wilds, held captive by a group of what you could only assume are just your average one of the day brigands, as the work on the cage and everything doesn't really show any sort of mastery in any sort of craft. And you've gathered that you are being taken through the wilds to be sold to some old man for some reason or another. And while you were traveling, you've picked on a poor kid who you don't know why he's there, and he's probably questioning why he's there anyway. But the caravan has made camp for the day because the leader, for some reason or another, has halted travel after receiving news from a couple of his scouts.
What time of day is it right now?
So by the time like all the shenanigans happen and everything, when you started making camp, you've been fed. You know, it's not really that great food, but you know, it takes the edge of hunger off. And as the time passes on, nothing really happens along with you, but it gets to be coming on sunset, when like the night fires begin to go up and everybody starts rolling out, you know, bed rolls and making tents if they have any. And right now you only have one guard watching over you. It's somebody that you haven't met before. The one that clocked the mage over the head with his cudgel, and Jimmy have both gone to the center campfire, and they seem to be, well, more the cudgel wielder than Jimmy seemed to be enjoying himself with the rest of the ruffians.
Well, do any of you have ideas?
I mean, as far as I can tell, the cage isn't actually held down nicely. If we put a little bit of weight behind it, we could probably just push the whole thing off.
Well, that's one thing. We could definitely do that.
I mean, it wouldn't be quiet.
No, and unfortunately they have our stuff, so it's not like we can run off, although I suppose we could come back at a later time, but don't really want to leave without my bow.
How much time has passed since we were actually like traveling on the road?
From traveling on the road and stopping and camping for like the remainder of the day, probably good 6 hours have passed.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom.
Sounds like a you problem.
Oh, it is. I mean, can I just make a hole here? Just pee in it?
Give me a sec. Got someone over here that needs to relieve themselves. A couple other guards come out, and one of them has the key. They walk over and they take the really rickety looking lock off, and they open it up. And one of the guards like brings his head, just like nods his head, like, "Come on."
Thank you so much. She's gonna kind of give little glances to both of them as she leaves.
As soon as
But one of those like, that worked.
the cage like closes and they lock it again. You get like a little jab in the back with the spear as they start like leading you off out of the camp to like a row of bushes.
Can you turn around? I don't want you looking at me.
Just go in the bushes.
I'm a girl. That's inappropriate and disgusting.
Go in the bushes or go in your pants. It doesn't make no never mind to me.
So you're just gonna watch me while I pee. That's how you roll. Okay.
Gotta make sure you ain't running off.
Well, it's gonna take me a little longer now. I'm nervous, Pia.
That's fine.
Watching. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna squat, pretend like I'm peeing, and I'm gonna look around to see if I find like a sharp twig or something, or a stick or something to.
Okay, go ahead and give me a a perception roll. And also because it is a focus, you add the points of your focus as well. It doesn't show that in there though. So the ability is just your ability score, I believe. Let me see here.
Yeah. So I'll roll my arcane lore here just to show.
Yeah.
You have the roll, which is your 3d6.
Oh,
you have the ability,
seeing. I see.
which is the ability modifier, and then you should have your actual skill listed under whatever it is. You click the skill, and it'll add whatever the focus is.
There you go.
Oh.
So if you click seeing under the focus, there you go.
Oh, I haven't been doing that the last few times I did it. Okay,
So
that's good to know.
We've got 13, 16, 19. So you're looking around and you don't find a sharp rock or anything. You end up finding you find like a discarded worn dagger just like off in the bushes. Given the rust, a little bit of the rust that's on the blade, it's been there for a while, but it's a dagger.
Okay, so while I'm squatting, since I'm making it look like my hands are kind of around my ankles,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of grab it and slip it in my leg wrappings,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of discreetly do that as I pretend to pull everything back up. Like, all right, well, that took a while, but thanks for having my back.
Yeah, just let's go.
Definitely don't want the Witch of the Wilds to come out here. I'm terrified. I don't know if you're terrified.
Nobody's seen her. She's a myth.
Oh, they say that, but I've heard stories. Remember the lore when the Fifth Blight came around? They said the Witch of the Wilds herself helped out the Grey Wardens. I'm just saying.
They
That must
say a lot of
exist.
things. I don't believe tales. They're all just stories to scare kids.
Well, aren't you the brave one? I know that I will sleep well tonight. Thank you.
They open the cage and they just like very roughly push you back into that and just slam the cage behind you. So, as he's walking away, he's like, that one talks too much.
Which is funny because I usually don't talk this often. So I'm going to wait to make sure no one's looking and kind of flash like the hilt of the dagger to everyone and kind of push it back and be like, all right. Will this help anyone? I say in a whisper.
I assume you have a plan.
Well, I mean, I can certainly cut the ropes with this. It will take a while because of the rust, but it'll do the job eventually. However, I'm not particularly strong. So I suppose if we're all in it together, if you want to take a crack at it first, I'll give it to you first, Rolf.
Yeah, let's wait until most of the guards are. If we're going to get out of here, we should do that under the cover of darkness, not.
That's fair. If all else fails, we can also use it to stab one of them as long as we cover their mouths. Won't make noise. I suppose we should wait until it's a little darker.
Mm-hmm. I cast a glance over at our other compatriot in the cage.
She's entirely unhappy with this whole situation, and it shows. It's like she looks like she really, really, really wants to do something, but she simply can't. Because out of character, without my wand, I'm useless.
Well, I suppose since my hands are up front, I could loosen the gag a little bit so she could still pretend like she is gagged. Would that make you feel better?
her expression is unchanged.
Oh, all right. Was trying to help you, despite being a shem, but whatever, no skin off my back.
She just seems displeased with everything.
Can I recognize where she's from by her clothes?
I don't know how. What do her clothes like look like? Are they like very fashionable?
Well, that depends. You said that our gear was taken from us, so I assume that included the stuff we were wearing.
Like anything that they assumed was of use has been taken from you. So you're wearing basic clothing at the moment.
Okay, so basic clothing. It looks like it's a very fine make, but without her actual half cape and jacket and stuff, it's probably hard to pin down where it might come from. But it's definitely of high quality.
Well, I don't know about you, but she certainly looks like she's from the north or the west. Pity she can't talk so we can find out more. Oh well.
Also using that forbidden magic.
Well, obviously she's an apostate. She's wielding that kind of magic around.
Let's see. You could use cunning to see if you can distinguish where she's from.
This just a shot in the dark. Could I use my cultural lore?
Is that under cunning? Yeah, cultural lore.
I-
Use that.
I have that for cutting, yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely use cultural lore. So
Now that I know how to use it.
So 7, 9, 12, 14. You have a feeling like you can't put a pin on it, but you have that inkling that she may be Tevinter. But nothing about her screams it though.
Okay.
It's more the fact that she used blood magic than anything that has that in the back of your mind. But again, nothing that just has a sign over her head says this person's a Tevinter.
With that kind of knowledge, she's thinking in her head like, ugh, she's probably Navarian. Ugh. All right, so I'm gonna take the dwarf's advice and just hang out until it's dark and there's less activity.
All right. While you guys are hanging out, is anyone else doing anything or trying anything?
Are there other people in here with us, or is it just the three of us?
There are like 3 sickly, very sickly looking humans that haven't really moved much. They're still alive. Their breathing is rather shallow, but from the looks of it, they're probably not going to make it another day or two.
And there's one guard outside right now.
Yeah, currently there is a single guard watching over your tent while everyone else is either like sleeping or drinking and being very rowdy at the moment.
Okay.
Giving their overconfidence away as to the situation, they really don't consider any of you a threat at the moment.
Good to know.
All right, so a couple hours pass and everything. It's about 9:30 at night. People are now either completely, blasted, drunk, just like stumbling over one another, play fighting or whatnot, or they're asleep. Even the guard that's watching over the cage is now like nodding off, leaning against it. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Does he have a key on him?
He does not.
Okay. Okay, if that being the case, she is going to slowly start, still kind of in the fetal position, just start sawing away at her bindings.
Okay. It takes some time, but you're able to cut the bindings off. The dagger still has maintained a bit of its sharpness.
I'm going to scoot quietly next to the dwarf and start doing his.
All right. Again, it takes a couple minutes, but you're able to slice them right off.
Should we do hers too? She hasn't really been helping.
I look at the knife, look at her. Cock my head to one side. Well, will you help?
Looks at the half-dead people on the other end of the cage. Looks at the two of you who are at least, breathing normally, and she shrugs and nods her head.
I mean, if all else fails, we could use this dagger to cut her a little bit to help with her blood. Oh, I'm just kidding. She goes up. She's going to start untying her. She doesn't take off the gag yet, though. She starts with the feet and then the hands.
So, Fox your character feels just the weight of the ropes just release from her around her ankles and her wrists, giving you just like that free movement that you've been yearning for since you've woken up that day.
As soon as she's free, she takes a nice long stretch and probably yawns. Shall we go then?
You're muted again.
You just unmuted and then muted yourself.
You're muted still.
Dang it!
There you go.
There we go.
I didn't want you guys to hear me cough. Anyway. It's like, well, we need a key, so unless you've got some form of magic to get us out of here, we could try to use the dagger and jimmy the lock.
And now you're muted.
Now he's muted.
This is going splendidly.
Wouldn't be a game on this channel unless
What
there was
magic?
issues.
She kind of looks at the dwarf and she's just like, surely he can knock the door down. Look at him.
Actually, that
Wow.
being said, I'm gonna kind of move carefully over to. Can I reach out through the bars and actually get a hold of the lock?
You can, but the guard is currently sleeping against it as well.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, he's just sort of right there.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Well, in that case,
She's gonna go and hand the dagger over to the dwarf. She already sees the wheels turning in his head, and they're thinking the same thing.
so
Wait,
he's
I think-
not. He's nodding off or is sleeping at this point.
Oh, he's trying to fight to stay awake, but you could tell that at the moment he's doing a rather poor job at it.
Okay.
And I kind of mime over to him and go,
Well, I'm going to see if I can do this in one fluid motion. Reach out through the bars and put a hand over his mouth, pulling him against the bars, and firmly plant the dagger in his back.
Okay, so give me 1 second here, because I gotta bring this bring the map up here. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys are on the cart.
"Oh, not even 2 hours in, and we're already murder hoboing. This is great."
Well, it's his fault for being in front of my door.
Is it
That's
really? Is
No.
it really murder hoboing?
No, because we didn't go looking for this.
Nope, we were falsely imprisoned, sir.
I mean, you say falsely imprisoned.
Not my fault.
Again,
I didn't come willingly.
all right, so I'm going to move you guys over to a map right now. See if you can see your characters here. Oh, we get to see our glorious little map screen too.
Ooh.
So that's currently the situation right now.
Oh goodness, they're spread out.
Yeah, like those are the only ones that are currently still awake. Everyone
okay.
else is just passed out and not really an issue at the moment.
Yeah.
Even if you were to make noise, you can tell that they're completely drunk. So even if they woke up, they wouldn't even put up a fight.
Is this like a marsh that's behind us right here?
Where at?
It's directly behind the cart, or is that just like mushy grass? Yeah.
It's like very damp. It's like very damp grass.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe you step into it. It's maybe at the deepest ankle deep.
Oh, okay. That's not too
It's like a giant bog at this point.
Yeah. There you go. It's a bog.
Oh, okay. And just to backtrack real quick, when we saw them unload, assuming in her head some of our stuff is probably with them, did I see where they put those crates and everything?
You know what? Give me one moment. I will get another cart for you guys. I forgot.
Oh, it's on
about
another
that one.
cart?
Yeah, it's on another cart.
Oh, okay. A wee little cart.
Stuff better be on that cart.
Oh, wait, just shrank.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Got
somebody
cut in
just
half
tried
now.
magic and it imploded.
For reference, if anyone that's watching or playing for that matter is wondering why I'm not really doing anything, the mage's like bread and butter is the arcane lance, which is essentially like a ranged spell that it's a cantrip. It doesn't cost them anything, but it can't be cast without a staff or a wand. And my wand is part of my gauntlets, which I don't have right now. So
Cthulhu Kyle, thank you for that 3-month resub. Get some love in the chat for Cthulhu Kyle. Did I just resub? I think what it is, Kyle, is since the consecutive thing just went out, everybody got to click the button again if they did it for the month already. So Raven, you said you're gonna just lean on through and
basically do the reach out, grab
And
the front
shank.
of his face, and just
all right, so
using his mass, pulling him into the dagger at the same time.
okay, so the dagger, let me get the stats for you for the dagger here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at
It's like, I technically have a dagger with my stuff. Obviously, I don't have it on me because it was taken,
Okay,
but
so the dagger is a light blades group for
1d6?
yeah, it's a light blades group weapon.
Okay.
So and it's dexterity based. So you're gonna roll 3d6 and then add your dexterity modifier to it.
3d6.
3d6 plus whatever your dexterity modifier is, because that's the ability, that's the attack roll.
if you just click on dexterity, it should roll that for you.
Oh god, their defense is shit.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
you'll
just
get,
add
you'll
his
get a
number.
+3 on top of that because you are catching him unaware.
Okay, and I have to add that in after.
Oh, nice.
Or is it going to ask me when I roll this?
No, because like if you just roll it, if you're adding the dagger in there and you're just rolling it, it should just roll the 3d6 and add the dexterity, I believe.
Okay,
Let me see here.
we're gonna find out.
Oh yeah, down here it says it says what to roll. So, oh no, rolling here would be fine, right? Oh, just roll it. Let's see.
Let's see what happens.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's the damage. That's the damage. That's not the attack.
Okay.
You want the...
So it wants that.
It wants that. Yeah, see, and it goes off of it. Cool.
Oh.
All right, so 6...
Oh, but +3 because you caught him off guard.
Ooh, and because you've rolled doubles, you get a stunt. You have 1 stunt point to spend here.
Okay.
Does that only work in battles or when you're fighting?
No, it'll yeah, because it's like cool combat actions and whatnot. Yep. So
ooh, that's cool.
Right now, the only thing you could possibly do with a standard stunt is skirmish, which you can move yourself or the target of your attack 2 yards in any direction for each stunt point you spend, or you can immediately reload a missile weapon.
Yeah. For those that don't know, as far as stunt points go, if you don't use your stunt points on that action, then you lose them. Yeah. You can't like save them for a different action. You have to.
So
well,
so the way stunts work for those of you watching is during the attack roll, if any doubles come up, a stunt triggers, and the amount of stunt points generated are determined by the number in the blue square or the dragon dice. So in this case, Raven has rolled 2 6s and has 1 stunt point because of it.
Well, considering I can move him as part of this, after we drag him onto the dagger, I'm going to push him straight forward into that marshy terrain in front of us.
All right, so go ahead and give me the damage roll. The damage on a dagger is 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus...
Is it 1d6 plus 1 plus your dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. That's how I wrote down for mine, so I was like, oh, is that right?
Okay, so I have to add the +1 and then the dexterity as well.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be that.
All right. So 5. So you go up to him and you just very slowly just like stick the dagger in the back of his neck, and then you just push him forward as his body just stumbles and like just takes a couple steps and just lands face down in the bog.
You should drown there. It'll be fine.
Nice job, dwarf. All right, let's shimmy this lock then, and
now
quiet.
Now that he's out of the way, can I get a firm hold on the lock? I'm assuming it's just one of those.
Yeah, it's just like one of those little latch
clamps.
Yeah.
I'm just going to see if I can just pull straight down on it and.
All right.
Break it.
Go ahead and give me that strength roll.
That one.
Do you have might as well, or no?
No, I do not.
Okay. Let's see. 6, 9. You pull it, and it just like kind of stays there for a moment, and then you just feel the lock just give way as the tumbler and the clasp inside the lock just breaks.
I'm not going to drop the lock, however. I'm just going to hold it, pull it away, and push the door open.
Okay. Can I get a that be, I believe it's stealth. Yeah, and a dexterity roll from you. A stealth roll if you have it.
Nope. Just
doesn't matter. You begin to push the gate open. You notice that it's a bit noisy when you open it up, so you just lift it just a little bit to help guide it along the hinges and setting it down so it doesn't make a sound.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to quietly climb out and sort of crouch walk over to the man that was just killed and loot his body for any additional weapons that we can find on him.
Okay, so on him, you find let me see. I have him right here. You find a dagger, a short bow, and a short sword.
Sweet. I'm gonna take all three, and I'm gonna shimmy on back. And I'm gonna keep the short bow for myself, and hold the other items out for the other two if they want to grab one or not. Anyone else?
I'm gonna stand up. And go ahead.
Which one were you holding on to?
It was a dagger and a short sword.
I'll take the short sword from you. This
Ending up and
too nicely.
stretching and looking at what you're offering and kind
Well, for
Turn
me.
your nose up at a dagger.
of pretty much, yeah. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go over to the other people that were in the cart, and I'm going to try and kind of get one of them to come to at least enough to move. Lean down, kind of shake them on the back a bit, and look at their face, see if they're alive.
All right. Give me one moment here.
Do you guys remember which book was the one with all the weapons? I can look at the stats for these.
First one.
Yeah.
First one?
It's
Okay.
the first one. If you're looking for the short bow,
Yes.
it is. I have it right here. 1d6 plus 1.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
With a minimum strength of -1. So I think you have that.
Yes. And it's
Do you guys have
Dexterity.
movement on your character sheets?
We have
which?
speed.
Speed, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So using battle maps in Dragon Age, 2 yards in the rules translates to 1 square or hex on the map. So every square is 2 yards.
oh, okay.
So somebody with a speed of 9 would be able to move 4 squares or hexes on a battle map with a move action.
Oh, I have a speed of 15. Dang.
Jesus.
I'm quick, bitches.
Speed run fast over here.
Plus, I have like light leather armor on too, so that helps.
Yep. I just needed to see that because I was trying to find what the how fast these guys can run.
I'm going to quickly, still trying to hide behind the cart, like literally behind the cart. I'm going to take a look over at the other cart and see what the other two are doing.
Okay, where are so
I
you're
guess I'm
just hiding
right
at right there?
Yeah, so
go ahead
I'm
and-
like kind of behind it.
All right, so if you have seeing, go ahead and use that.
Yes. I knew this would come in handy.
Oh, yeah. So you can see the two of them sitting there. One of them has a flask in his hand. He's just taking a very long swig of it, which would be that gentleman right here. And this one is currently whittling a piece of wood.
But they both look pretty intoxicated, or just the one with the flask?
The one of the flask doesn't look too intoxicated, but the way that he like after he drinks and he kind of tips a bit, he may be a bit tipsy at the moment.
And which direction are they facing right now?
They're facing one another. So the one next to
Okay.
the rock has his back to him, but the one that was taking a drink for the flask, if you move through his line of sight, he's going to be able to get a perception check to see if you move.
Okay, I'm going to hop in this little marsh and get on my belly and slowly slink over to like this side of the cart.
All right.
That way I have at least some cover.
Then let's go ahead and do a stealth roll, and I'll give you a +1 modifier to that, seeing as how you are commando crawling through the bog water.
What is my stealth?
Stealth is dexterity.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. And then we add a +1 on top of that.
Oh, right.
So we get 6, 10, 12, 15. Okay, yeah. You'll be able to successfully crawl at your speed across the bog without being seen. So you can move your speed on the map.
And I'm sorry, you said 1 square is
2 yards. So
2 yards,
your
so that's
your speed on your sheet is 15.
Yes.
So you can move 15 yards a turn.
Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay.
Yeah, you could pretty much move 7 squares a turn.
Quick question.
Oh, sweet.
So we don't have our actual armor right now?
No, you do not.
Okay.
You don't have your actual armor or your actual weapons, just the ones that were procured from the body.
Okay.
So while Valantha is crawling across the water, not really seeming like it's bugging her or anything, what are Asthea and Magnus doing?
She's moving there.
Oh, Fox, you said you were shaking that one person, huh?
Yeah, I was seeing if I could rouse any of the people in the back there.
All right, you shake them and they give like a groan and kind of like curl up even more into a ball, almost as if you're trying to wake a sick child who doesn't want to be disturbed at the moment.
Whichever one happens to be closest to me, I'm gonna put my hand on their shoulder and kind of like yank them out of their huddled up form.
You pull them up and they give a gasp of pain as you do, as you can see like the sores that have begun to form on their face and a couple like bleeding pustules as well. It's obvious that they're not well.
I'm gonna do my best not to turn away in disgust, and push forward, trying to rouse them. Like, come on, sweetheart, it's time to go. We're getting out of here. And I'm gonna try and help hoist them up and kind of hold them so they can walk with me.
Okay. And you pick you like shoulder them and begin to help them out of the back of the carts.
I'll go to right about here, and I'll stop and look down at the dwarf and give him a bit of a wink and be like, "It's always good to have a shield."
Wow.
What's Magnus doing?
I am going to see if I can get over to the other card as well. Should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Should put me right about there.
Okay. How are you going about doing this? Are you trying to be sneaky?
Yeah, I'm not committed to the commando crawling. I'm crouching and kind of
You're like crouch running.
yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and give you a +1 on that because they're not really paying that much attention.
Okay, and this is cunning.
Dexterity
Dexterity.
because it is stealth.
So
If you have stealth, you can click on the stealth thing.
yeah, no. So this +1 then.
6, 8, 9. Yeah. Seeing as how they're not really looking at you, the target number isn't that high. Like all you got to do is roll above a 7. You made it.
Okay.
What is our wonderful blood mage doing with her 6 shield?
Standing in the entryway to that cart. Given that Valantha, I think is your character's name, was sizing me up earlier, trying to figure out where I'm from. I'm assuming that if she spots our stuff in that cart, it'll be fairly easy for her to determine what stuff is mine, and she'll grab that as well. That's the hope anyway. So I'm standing here waiting until they're ready to go, essentially.
Okay.
And with that being said, Valantha is actually going to sneak in the cart and very quietly as she can go through the items and find not only their stuff, but anything else of interest.
Okay. This is going to be a perception roll. If you have searching, you can use that.
I do not, so it's
Okay.
just straight up perception.
It's just
then.
straight up perception. 14, 17. Alright, so you begin to like dig through it, and you get one of the chests open, and it has pretty much the collective of all of your gear inside of it.
Awesome.
You can see your bows, your bow and your armor, along with the armor that maybe looks like it's going to fit a dwarf, along with a couple throwing axes and a battle axe. And then you just see this this very finely made what was it, Fox? A long coat and vest?
It was
A half cape.
a half cape and a jacket with a lot of fancy like filigree on it.
Yeah, along with a couple gauntlets or a pair of gauntlets over them.
She kind of makes a face like, of course. And she'll gather everything up. Because the armor and the axes are probably too heavy, she just silently motions Magnus to come over so he can help gather his stuff. And since Aesthea?
Yeah.
Your name? Aesthea?
Yep.
You said that like, sure, why not?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those names that's like, pronounce it how you want to pronounce it type of thing.
The S could be silent and be Aethea. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, she's going to be introducing herself as Varus anyway, so.
Oh, okay, that works. So yeah, so since that stuff's pretty light, she's like, okay, this will be easy to take. So she's gonna turn and look at Magnus, and she's like, with you starting to wear all this heavy stuff now, I don't think we're gonna be as stealthy going back. Do you want to try you and I taking out these two right here?
Just need my axe. That's all I need.
None of these two guys is the kid we've been like mind fucking with, right?
No,
Okay.
these are not. So you do notice upon closer inspection that the one leaning against the rock whittling the piece of wood is the one that clocked Aesthea over the back of the head.
Oh, okay, good. So before we maneuver, was there anything else in this cart that was maybe of interest, whether it's coin or supplies, mana or health potions?
You got what, a 19?
Yes.
All right. Now she got a 17. Yeah, inside you find two minor.
was it?
You find two minor healing potions.
Ooh. Okay. I need to put that in here.
Healing potions are not. That one's in the DM's guide, I believe.
Okay. So since she doesn't really know Magnus, she doesn't know like how he works, or she's thinking in her head that he's just gonna charge up with this axe. So she's just gonna kind of perch herself actually right about here and get her bow ready.
All right.
Her longbow. And she just has it kind of half ready, kind of looking at Magnus, waiting for him to do whatever he's going to do.
Well, I'm going to have to move up to here and actually collect myself my stuff out of the cart.
All right. And you're used to like slipping in and out of your armor. It's like putting on just like a piece of clothing to you, so it doesn't take you too long. Zoro, the lesser healing potions, you regain 2d6 plus your constitution health. It does not provide extra health. It only allows the character to regain health already lost.
Okay, 2d6 plus con. Okay. Sweet.
So
Okay.
you said putting my armor on would take like no time at all.
No time at all.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to slip that on, grab the couple throwing axes out of there, and my baby, and
Your baby.
we're going to have to go have a talk about this with the with those guards.
All right.
So I have my arrow kind of, if he's able to see it, I'm trying to motion to Magnus that my arrow is going to be aiming for this guy over here.
Okay.
Do I have that token, by the way? I think I may. No, I mean, that's not a problem.
Question, is that a rock that I'm seeing there?
Where?
Right there.
Mark it again.
Why? There's a button to do this. It's been so long.
You mean right here?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's a boulder that he's currently leaning against. And this right here is like a raised platform of dirt. So from where you're standing, Valentha, you can't see either of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
It's
would
like a
I be
small
able
mound.
to? Would I be able to see them then if I was like up against it and if I stood up and had my boat over it?
No, but you would be able to climb up on top of it.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna kind of get down and crawl, and then once she's able to see them, I mean, she's gonna aim for the head anyway, so she doesn't need to see their whole bodies. She's just gonna be on her belly with her bow out and just waiting. So I'm assuming either here or here.
You're probably gonna have to be either here or here to see it.
Oh, I gotta get really close.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm on a hill, so my
You're
angle.
on a hill, so unless they look up, they're not really gonna see you.
Okay. Okay. And I've got leather armor on, so they're not gonna hear a thing.
So Esthea, you see Magnus and Valentha like come out of the cart with their gear and everything, and it looks like they're getting ready to just drop down on these get the jump on the two guards down below.
Okay. I'm going to stay where I am, but position myself so I'm kind of facing this direction.
Okay. So
Oh, do you have a staff? Or is it just the wand?
Just the one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
all right, so you Magnus and Valentha, you guys have these right now. You currently have them by surprise, so you kind of get a first attack on them if you want to.
Sweet. So I'm gonna wait.
Okay,
Creep over
Magnus,
there.
if you're going to move there, I need another stealth check.
Okay.
This time it's going to be at a -1 because you are moving rather close to them.
Okay. There's no way to put in a -1, so this plus this -1, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 5, 10, 13, 15, so 14. You're like, even in your armor and being, a rather loud dwarf that you are, you're able to get right next up to the rock and neither of them notice you.
Nice.
Perfect.
So I kind of nod to Magnus. Wait for him to nod back if he does.
I kind of do a sideways look over to where Valentha is standing and just raise my axe above my head, ready to bring it down on top of... Why can I not ping that? The one right next to me.
Yep.
Okay. So with that, she's going to go ahead.
Who you were like aiming for, so.
With that being said, she's going to shoot the guy, preferably in the head, in front of her.
Okay, so you'll get a +3 attack on this guy because it is a surprise.
Okay.
Oh, +3. Okay. I think it's this one. Nope, that's not it.
You click roll next to in the section for the short bow.
It's the one on the left, not the one on the right.
And you can move the thing up 3 and it'll give you an extra 3 on top of it.
It says unexpected error. I'm hitting
Let me
roll.
see. Let me see your
Or the dice next to the roll.
I'm going to open up your character sheet here. For the longbow?
Yes. Now that I have it.
What's the number 2 on here?
Number
reload
2?
2.
Oh, not reload should be major or minor, and then the actual number sign should be where your ammo is.
Yeah, my ammo is the 20. Because it says I start off with 20 in my quiver. And I have the damage set up, but I don't know.
Do you have a modifier put in there or a 0?
The roll is just at 1. I think that's what it defaulted to.
No, it's actually not filled in at all.
Yeah, it's not filled out at all.
Oh.
It just says 1.
Just feed it a number.
So
So
I
that
just
would
say
be 3.
1.
No, that would be 3
Oh, 3.
because that's a bonus. And then you click
Okay. There we go. Okay. And then it's plus 3 on top of that, or that was already the bonus?
roll. That's the bonus is plus 3.
Okay.
Your longbow is... So the attack is the 3d6 plus the ability, plus if you have any focuses, plus anything else.
I do have focus in bows.
You have focus and bows. Okay.
I do.
For 3. Okay, so what
Yes.
this would be, it would be 46. I have it written down here. Give me a second. So it's 3d6 plus your ability plus your focus. So this would be 3d6 plus your dexterity plus your focus plus 3 bonus on top of that. So we're adding another
plus
6.
9.
We're adding another 6 onto it. Though,
Jabus.
so that is 6, 12, 16, 23. Yeah, you're going to hit this guy.
Damn.
But you
Damn.
also roll doubles, meaning you get a stunt, and the 4 is your dragon dice, so you have 4 stunt points on top of that.
What? Does a
So-
headshot count as a stunt point?
So the stunt points that you can do are pretty much anything on the standard stunt page, on page 61 of the player's guide.
Which I totally have open right now.
So the thing is also you don't only have to choose one. You have 4 points to spend, so you can either spend all 4 on one, or you can do multiples adding up to 4.
Yeah, no, I'm totally getting this guide out. What page?
61 on the player's guide from set 1.
Okay, 57, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Sorry, my computer is a little slow right now. Okay, standard stunts. Let's see here. Mighty blow. You know what? Since I want to take him out as fast as possible, and it's already kind of a surprise attack, I want to try Mighty Blow to
Okay.
inflict an extra 1d6 of damage to it.
All right. So you also have 2 more stunt points to spend.
Uh,
Now, can you double up on them?
I can do a lightning attack, which is make a second attack against the same enemy.
No, you can only perform a given stunt once a round, so you
Okay.
can't double mighty blow.
Got it. Okay,
But
that,
you could
that
like
makes much
mighty
more sense.
blow and disarm, or mighty blow and knock prone.
You've got
Oh,
4.
got it. Okay.
You could also do a pierce armor, so his armor wouldn't count.
Yeah, let's do that then. Let's do mighty blow and pierce armor.
Okay, so pierce armor, you find a chink in the enemy's armor. Armor rating is halved, rounded down versus this attack. Okay, so that right there really won't do anything for you because you hit a 23, which obliterates his armor score anyway.
Oh, okay.
Though you can hit him and knock prone, you knock him down along with the arrow shot.
Yeah, I'll do that then
yeah,
too. So
'cause-
yeah, I'll do the extra damage.
So now you're gonna roll the damage.
And then I
which
need
is
to do an
11,
extra 1d6.
plus another 1d6. I need to find out what this guy's rating here is. Oh, actually, if you want to lower his armor, you can. No, his armor rating. That's different.
That the armor rating is
Wait, does that say lower half his armor rating?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
actually,
would
no,
make
you
it-
can.
Yeah. So
Oh.
it's
So
basically the damage reduction that armor applies.
Yeah, instead of the armor thing, what it does is the armor rating is how much damage it will stop from affecting the HP. So if you round that down to half, he's only stopping 1 HP of your total damage.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right, so for a total of 12, I thought I gave this guy HP. Wait, did I put it on the other one? No, I didn't. All right, so you see, well, both of you would see because you're within sight. She just sneaks up and pulls her arrow back and just domes the guy to where it's just sticking out of the top of his head. As he gets like a very like shocked look on his face as he just falls over dead from the blow.
And then simultaneously,
Axe comes down on top of the other guy. And you said +3 since they're unaware. Okay, so that should be that.
5, 10, 11, 13. And it's not adding your.
Did it add my strength in there?
It didn't add your strength in there.
Why is it not adding that?
That is
What's
strange.
your strength modifier?
+3.
Yeah, so that's what that 3 under bonus is. That's your strength modifier.
No, it's not. That's the bonus roll that he added onto it for the 3.
It's not pulling strength.
that's my dexterity.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah. So you have to add the stat modifier into the roll category as well.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
So
So
3
like
plus
3
3 if we
plus
wanted
3.
Okay.
So just break them apart.
+3. Do you have axe as a specialty as well?
Yes.
How many points do you have in it?
Hold on. Specialty?
I'm just testing something real quick. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
there
there we
you go.
go. There's the extra bonus.
Yeah,
on it.
your focus. How many points do you have in it?
I think I only get... Warriors only get the innate 1.
Oh, okay. So because Valantha has like a +3 in bows and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I think it's because of who she is.
So when you have a focus in a certain weapon type, and you put it under your focuses on your character sheet, it should appear listed under the appropriate stat on your main character page. You can click it from under that stat and it'll roll it from there with all the appropriate bonuses rather than having to edit the actual edit.
Oh,
thing.
there we go.
Yep.
Okay.
And
No,
then you would
I
just
don't
add
get,
whatever onto it.
I don't get focuses. We just get weapon groups as for warrior.
You don't have a skill focuses, like ability focuses?
Ability focus doesn't show up till level 2 from what I can tell.
Like everyone should have ability focuses at level 1.
Unless I'm wrong.
Let me see here.
Which might be very real.
You're a fighter. You're a warrior, right?
Yep.
Rogue warrior.
We've got starting talents.
And you're a dwarf, right? The
Yep.
dwarf, I think, is where the focuses are.
Oh.
Oh, is that where it's pulling from?
Let me see here.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think maybe that's where I got mine from. Was from
Yeah.
my elf.
Okay.
It's a part of the character creation. Surface dwarf here. Playing a surface dwarf. Pick one of the following ability focuses: Constitution, Stamina, or Communication, Bargaining. You can speak Dwarven and Trade Tongue. Choose a class, and then roll twice on the company table for additional benefits. Roll 2d6 and add the results together.
I didn't pull any from there.
Oh, okay.
I got communication abilities.
Yeah, those are where you get your focuses from.
Okay. No, I didn't pull any from there.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So you're gonna roll 2d6 twice, and whatever the number is, that's what you're gonna get.
Oh no, I did that.
Yeah,
you
he just
did
didn't
that.
roll for any of the focuses. He ended up with like +2 his
okay,
communication.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
I've got communication persuasion.
Oh,
So you're a talker.
Yes, which is totally counterintuitive of what's about to happen.
What page is stunts on? That's 62, right?
61.
61. Close enough. All right. So with the axe and all that fun stuff, you get, where are you at? Right there. So 11, 14 will beat the defense rating of the armor. So you can go ahead and make your damage roll with the axe.
Okay. Let's be that number.
12. His armor is going to reduce that by 3, so he's going to take 9. So your axe comes down and bites him in the shoulder, and he gives like a very loud grunt, and like he stumbles forward a bit, and he turns, and he like drops what he's whittling, and he pulls out a short sword.
Are we still alive?
Yeah, it is now time for initiative. So the way you roll initiative,
Okay.
you roll your dexterity.
That's fair.
My dex is garbage.
And if you have the focus of initiative, you can roll that.
Okay.
Oh, if it's called Focus of Initiative?
Yeah, there
Oh.
is initiative focus.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So let's see. Go ahead and roll for you as well, Fox. All right. See here for one moment. All right, so dexterity, initiative, ability test. I roll for those guys. All right, so I get to roll for this fool right here. Which he really doesn't have that great of anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you are so lucky. He doesn't have initiative.
Ah.
Okay, so he rolled a total of 16. Where is that? Where is Adturn? Adturn. So he is 16. Valantha, what did you roll?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12?
12.
Yes.
Magnus.
We've got 5, 6, 7.
And Esthea.
10.
10? All right, descending order here. All right, he is going to act first. So what he does is he like grits his teeth and he looks at Magnus and he brings a whistle to his lips and he just gives like a very hard blow as it echoes throughout the camp.
Damn it.
And
Well,
then
most of them are drunk.
he lunges towards Magnus with his sword. So he does have a light blade focus. Roll 3d6. Oh. All right, so he's going to go for a total of 16. Does that beat your armor? Your defense rating.
Yes.
You didn't sound too sure on that.
I'm double checking this.
Yeah, your defense rating is 12.
Yeah, and I'm just, as I said.
What armor are you wearing? Oh,
Wait,
light
yours
leather.
is 12?
He's
No,
wearing light
that's why
leather.
I was double checking.
Yeah, he's wearing light leather.
Oh.
Oh no, heavy leather armor is in here too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be heavy leather.
All right.
It's because we didn't have enough money for some of the other armor.
Yeah.
Heavy leather armor has an armor rating of 4. Oh yeah, your defense rate, your defense rating isn't based off the armor you're wearing. It's based off of other stats.
That would do it. I think it's based off dexterity, and then armor is the reduction you get.
All right.
Which is what I was just going to double check quickly.
Also, make sure to look at the actions that you could do during combat on page 59, because there are things like defensive stats and everything that will give you a +2 to your defense.
9.
Like, I'm trying to figure out where your defense is at here so we can get this correctly. Defense and speed. Okay, defense is 10 plus your dexterity plus your shield bonus.
And I'm not carrying your shield.
Okay, so your defense is 12.
Yep.
You are a very slow dwarf.
My defense is higher than yours?
Because you have dexterity behind you.
Yep.
Oh.
So you probably have lower mitigation.
All right, so he's going to hit you for a total of 5 damage. So what you're going to do is you're going to subtract 5 from whatever your armor rating is.
Yeah.
And that's the total HP damage you take.
A whopping 1.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah, Lottie, this isn't 5th edition. This is a sort of D6 system. But that is going to be his turn. Valantha.
So since I'm standing on top right here, does he know I'm here?
I can tell you that in a moment.
Since we kind of sort of did the killings simultaneously.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. We'll do it this way. It'll be an opposed thing.
That was dexterity,
That's
right?
Dexterity, yes. Yeah, he doesn't notice you.
Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shoot an arrow in his head.
All right. Since he's currently on guard right now, you're gonna get a +1 instead of a
Sweet.
+3.
Okay, so +1. Does that count my +1? I don't know. If
It did not, but you can just add 1 onto it. Oh, you rolled doubles
Okay.
again too. So 10, 12, 15, 18, 19. Yeah, you hit him.
Sweet.
So now you have 5 stunt points to use on this fool.
Damn.
Snap.
Okay, so it's doubles on anything,
Yeah.
including the dragon dice, but the
Yeah.
dragon dice is what accounts for how many you get.
Yep.
Okay. Since he whistled, do I hear any rustling around? Just before I make my decision.
Yeah, you could begin to hear a couple people off on the other side of the camp begin to grunt and get up. Someone asking who's making all the ruckus.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do Mighty Blow again, and I'm going to do Rapid Reload.
Okay. So go ahead and give me the damage from your bow. Ooh. And then add a 1d6 on top of that because it's Mighty Blow.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So a total of 16 damage. His armor negates 3. Again, like you fire arrow and put it right through the back of his neck and it sticks out of his throat as he kind of like looks at Magnus for a moment and just falls over dead.
So now that I've done that, and I already moved 1 space, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, I can make it to her. I'm gonna go all the way to her. Confused on what's going on with the human, but she's gonna hand her equipment over and go, all right, you can help now.
Yep.
And give her all of her equipment.
And Estia, you at that time hear was like somebody like rather large. All right, you grunts, up and at 'em. That was the warning bell. Kill whoever's out there.
Okay.
So these two guys are 2, right? Yeah.
So is it going to take any actions for me to put my stuff on,
No.
or no? Okay, nice. So I don't have to just throw it on the ground temporarily. That's good.
All right, so that's 15. And that's
Rolling that
6.
3G, yo.
Thanks. All right, and then the big guy, I need to find his thing. Because he is a different kind of person.
Deep down, he's the same.
Not really.
I so want to loot the bodies for
He's
any
gonna-
kind of
he's
coin.
gonna roll a 7. All right, so you guys have a round before like the initiative is gonna.
Nice. Okay.
Well, give me 1 moment. We're gonna do this. Estia, you are up right now, and then we're gonna do that.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to make use of the meat sack that I'm helping walk around right now. And we're gonna take, let's see, my movement is 10, so I can move 5
You're gonna
squares.
move 5 squares.
We're gonna move there. We're gonna move there. And then we're gonna kind of help the meat sack out in front of us. Plant our foot
Give me a
on
second.
it.
I'll get a token here for the meat sack.
Okay.
I'm slowly making NPC tokens so I can have like humans and dwarves and random people out there.
I'll mark him so I know that's a meat sack.
So we're going to plant our foot on the square of his back and shove, with the intent that he, ends up in this space somewhere.
All right, go ahead and give me that strength roll.
My sweet +0 to strength. I mean, he's gonna go somewhere. It might not be where I planned, but it's gonna be enough.
7, 8. Yeah, so you push him, but you're only gonna like push him to like there.
That's fine.
As he kind of
Because
stumbling forward in front of the 2 guards.
he's really just a means to an end, because we're gonna try and turn him into a bomb.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'll move you down into the correct order here. So,
I assume that shoving him would have been a minor action.
we do have the actions on here.
Yeah, I mean, like shove isn't really listed in it.
What are the major actions listed?
Majors like charge, defend, heal, attack, run, that kind of stuff. Whereas minor is like activating something, aiming something, moving something, preparing something.
Moving something. Well, yeah, okay. So you kick him forward towards the 2 guards there. Then they kind of repel back a little bit, seeing like the infection on the guy's face.
And we are going to then attempt number 2 with the walking bomb here. So,
walking bomb.
let's get above that.
Why are you such a good spell?
10.
10, 13.
Yeah.
That hits the number, so it will go off. So what does walking bomb do?
Okay, so
Oh no.
it says you infuse the blood of an opponent, who in this case is the meatbag, within 10 yards with a corrosive poison. The round you cast it, walking bomb inflicts 1d6 plus 1 penetrating damage. While the spell is in effect, the target must make a constitution test versus your spell power at the start of each of its turns. If the test is failed, the target takes another 1d6 plus 1 penetrating damage. Should the spell's damage reduce the target's health to 0, he explodes in a spray of blood, flesh, and bones. Anyone within 4 yards of the exploding victim takes 2d6 damage.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that damage. By the way, you're within 4 yards of him. I want you to know.
That's fine.
That's fine. Three
That's
damage.
the damage that the meatbag is going to take.
As he stumbles forward, then he lets out a scream as you can see like blood begin to like pour from like open wounds and like from his nose and everything, but it's like boiling as like he's just like kind of huddled there, like screaming his head off, but he isn't really dead yet.
Exactly as I planned, because I'm then using the rest of my movement
To GTFO.
over there.
Oh my god, you're a monster.
All right, so I'm gonna add a turn to here.
Operating on the assumption that these guards would not recognize this particular brand of blood magic and wouldn't just immediately run away.
So he has a 9 initiative.
Isn't walking bomb technically spirit magic or necrotic or necromancy magic, I think?
It's necromancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, walking bomb.
It was listed under blood magic.
Oh.
I think they just gave it to you as necromancy in the game because it's like, oh, it's a cool spell, use it.
Yeah, true.
It makes sense to me that it would be listed under blood magic because you're altering the target's blood.
So who's this? All right, so this one kind of like looks a little shocked at this guy. What is their speed, by the way? Senor Book. I don't think they have a very fast speed here. Ferelden, not Fanged Skeleton. Here we go. Their speed is 12, so they can move 6.
Oh yeah,
So-
I'm faster than them.
He just runs off into the bog as far away as possible from the guy, and then he pulls his bow up, and then he just goes to take a shot at Estia.
Rude.
Do
Oh
they
good,
have-
you're my meat shield.
No, they don't.
Okay,
Okay, so 3d6 plus 2 is the attack roll. Does an 11 beat the your armor rating?
It sure does.
All right. That
I'm
is
a
going.
mage. I have no armor rating.
All right, so it's going to hit you for a total of 7, but that's minus whatever your defensive rating is, or your armor rating, I should say. Your defense is how much armor you have. The armor rating is how much it stops.
My defense is 10 because I have nothing to add to that, and then my armor is 0 because I don't have armor.
Okay, so you're going to take 7 points of damage as the arrow just lodges into your shoulder.
This is where Fox's first character dies.
This is what happened.
Trouble being-
This is why Imp and I always joke about ganking the mage first, or geeking the mage first, is because they don't have any armor.
Next up, Blood Mage in place.
It can happen. Sylvie, no, he technically they had enough time to rest to where the damage would have worn off. Just like in D&D, if you get 8 hours of uninterrupted rest, your hit points return.
Yeah, that's why I asked about the time between on the road and
Yep.
camping for the night.
Yeah.
My warlock begs to differ. Warlocks aren't mages though. Valenta.
how low is this cart to where, like, could I shoot over it, or do I need to move?
You're gonna need to move because the bars are still on it.
That's cool. And I've got a lot of range on my bow, so I'm just gonna take a step back. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shoot this guy over here. So I think it's just because I'm adding my dexterity bonus in the roll to make it easier.
Okay.
I'm thinking this is all right.
So roll and bonus. So the bonus is the 3 from your dexterity.
Yes.
What about the from your focus for bows? Do you have that?
Yes, I do. So I need to add another +3.
Yeah. That's why
Okay.
if you click, like, go ahead and click on the longbow focus and let's see what it does. Yeah, there you go. That's your attack right there.
Oh, okay. That
Yep.
works.
So the only
Okay.
time you guys should be using the actual weapon click is if you're not specialized, if you don't have a focus in said weapon.
Got it. Okay.
Because with this, it's 4, 7, 10, 13 with the focus. A 13 does beat their defense, so you can go ahead and roll the damage.
Sweet.
Jesus, 11. But he's got a reduction of 3.
Damn it.
So he's still up, but the arrow fits nicely. Goes like right across his arm, leaving a nice little gash on it.
Good.
Does the double rule only apply on 6s or anything?
The double roll only applies on the roll itself. So where it says roll, that's the only one that. Oh wait, no, you're right.
So I got
Pointing
doubles.
Mm.
You roll double 2s, meaning you because the 3 is in your dragon dice, you have 3 points to spend as well.
Sweet.
That's why I asked.
She's rolling like nothing but doubles tonight.
Well,
Oh,
I like it because it means
Mhm.
that as long as you get doubles somewhere in that string,
Yeah, you can do special things, which gives a little more fluidity to combat.
all right. Well, I like to use the lightning attack, but I don't
I
have
ha-
enough points for it, so I'm just gonna do the mighty blow.
Okay, so I should have used points against Fox, but that's my fault for not noticing. So Fox, you avoid getting 5 stunt points against you.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, jeez.
So for another 2,
Yes.
yeah, but go ahead and make, like, when you guys roll, make sure that the doubles are in there, and doubles also apply to spells. There are spell stunts as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
I added all of them to my sheet under powers just so I wouldn't have to keep flipping through the book.
Yeah, spell stunts are pretty cool too. Estia, who wants everybody to believe that she is best girl, but she's just really bloodthirsty.
I am a very kind-hearted lady. Thank you.
I think kind-hearted has a different meaning in Tevinter.
Yeah.
I'm like
Putting
a
you out of your
saint
misery
among
is a
my people.
kindness.
You're like a saint among your people. I've only murdered 12 people.
Today.
Today.
Okay, so this guy over here is still alive, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's the one that shot at me. So we're gonna shoot back now that we have our equipment. We're gonna throw an arcane lance at him. He is, let's see, that's a range of 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we're gonna throw that at him.
Waifu murdering things as per usual.
Is 9,
Ooh.
16.
16 will beat their defense. So go ahead and do that that arcane lance damage. Total of 5.
Solid 5.
So that's going to do a total of 2.
And then we're gonna move over here behind the cart.
Okay. This guy is kind of just staying where he's at. You said he needs to make a constitution save?
Yes, he needs to make a. Is a.
Does a 10 beat it?
Stamina versus my spell power, which I still have that wisp because I have not fallen asleep. So my spell power is 14. He does not make it.
He does not make it. So
Another
go ahead and
1d6 plus 1.
okay. So you hear him scream out one last time as everybody just hears an audible pop, and then just like the rain of blood and gore all over the area. The guy that was standing right next to him screaming in pain as bone
God.
shards just like pierce his body and just like cover him in blood and gore. So
He's going to take 6.
Now, does that ignore the armor rating or?
Yes, as far as I know, it does because it just says they straight up take 2d6 damage.
Okay, so yeah, the armor rating would still help them then. So he's going to take a total of 4.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
armor. I was thinking defense.
No, the armor rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really have to roll to see if it pierces the armor. It's just an AoE bomb.
Yep.
All right, so the big guy,
Oh goodness.
who is an Avari.
Oh, he's an Avar?
He's an Avar.
Oh shit.
Yeah. An Avarian hunter. All right,
They're
so
beefy.
his speed is 9.
Because they're beefy.
So he gets about down to here, stomping and everything along the way. He takes the bow out and he just takes a shot over across to Valanthia.
Oh hell no.
Does he have bows? Does he have bows? He does not have bows. All right.
Bring it, bitch.
Does an 11 beat your armor?
No.
It does not.
I have a 13.
You have a 13 defense. All right, so it just like flies like right across your face, grabbing your attention as a rather large gentleman across the way has a bow in his hand.
And that was that the same guy I saw before?
Yep.
That had the keys originally? Okay.
Yeah, the leader.
Ooh.
Magnus.
Seeing him fire that arrow at Valenthia. There's no I in there. I
worry,
am
I'm gonna mess
going
that up
to
too.
Yeah.
charge him. Just run at him, bring the axe up above my head, and sort of jump at him.
All right.
So I get that. +1 for the charge, which should be that.
All right. So we got a total of 14. That will hit.
13.
Yep.
13.
13. That will still hit because right now he doesn't have his shield out because he has the bow.
All right. And he is going to take
15.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. It's a battle axe, isn't it?
Damn.
3d6 +3 +3. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
All right, so you end up oh yeah, because you have the axe specialization.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So you end up just cleaving like a nice part of his of the side of his arm off, and he just throws the bow down in pain, yelling something at you in a language you don't understand, but you can safely assume he's swearing.
And the best part of all this is, due to the weapon focus, I want him 2 yards south of where he currently is.
Oh wait,
I can move any target I hit with a battle axe 2 yards.
2 yards away.
Nope,
Oh,
2
shit.
yards towards me. Yeah.
So right there.
Yes.
Oh, so
there.
you pretty much hit him and then move him with it.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Shoot.
Wait, that's not with a stunt. That's just with just
That's
with the focus.
part of being a warrior.
Damn. Oh yeah, because you manipulate the battlefield.
Yeah. So things are going to get dragged around constantly.
Shoot.
All right, back to the one that is now covered in blood and gore, thanks to the blood mage. They've got a speed of 12.
Wasn't me. That guy just exploded on his own.
So seeing his boss just rightfully get smacked and then moved him around, you hear the guy like unsheath the sword. He's like, "I'm a coming, boss." He just like scoots. He slides underneath the horse railings of the cart, and he comes up and he tries to hit Magnus with his short sword here. Uh-oh.
He actually hit.
And he's going to get a stunt here. He has 6 stunt points as well. But they do have distinguished stunts that they do. Or I should say they have their favorite ones that they do. So his favorites are lightning attack and skirmish. So what he's going to do for lightning attack, you make a second attack against the enemy or a different one within range and sight. You must have a loaded missile weapon or to make a range attack. If you roll doubles again on this attack roll, you do not get any more stunt points. So is a 16 hit?
Yep.
All right. So and he's going to push you 2 yards in the direction of each stunt point, so 3. So he's going to knock you back 6 yards as he comes in and just like slams into you with the blade, cutting you a second time before pushing you back away from the larger gentleman. You're going to take 2 damage hits from that,
which are separately mitigated, thankfully.
Yep. So the first one is going to hit for 7.
Okay.
And the second one is going to hit for 7.
Okay.
Other one here, up in the corner, seeing that the blood mage has now taken cover behind the cart, knocks an arrow and fires it at the actually, no, I forgot. He's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He goes here, keeping an eye on the mage, and he's gonna just lob another arrow at you.
I'm a little offended he doesn't want me.
Not plus 54.
He's not plus 54.
Does a 15 beat your defense?
Yes, it does.
All right, so you are going to be taking...
And not to instigate Fox's death, but there's doubles.
Oh, there are. So he's got, what, 4 skill points?
Thanks, dwarf.
Sorry.
So he is going to do Mighty Blow and knock prone. So you're going to take... the base damage is a total of 9. And then the Mighty Blow damage on top of that is going to be another 2, and you are knocked prone.
Ouch.
So any enemy making a melee attack on you while you are prone gets a +1 bonus on the attack roll.
Ooh.
What does it cost to get up from prone?
It's movement.
Okay.
Yeah,
It costs like I think 2 yards of movement to get to stand.
Can
you look that up, Raven?
I'm already doing it. Minor activate, aim, move. Where is... it'd be a minor move action.
Minor move action. Okay.
From what I can gather here. Because they say you can go prone, stand up, or mount a horse as a minor.
Okay, so that's not a problem. All right. Valenta.
Out of curiosity, are any of the 2 people the kid we were messing with?
No, it is not. Jimmy is not in this fight. It seems that Jimmy is one of the ones that are still asleep. Jimmy can't hold his alcohol.
Okay. I have plans for him, so I'm just curious. Okay, again, I'm gonna kind of. Oh no, I got that boulder in my way. Ugh. Okay, yeah, I'll take a step back this way, and I'm going to aim for the big boy.
Okay. Uh, 8, 10, 13, 16 will hit
Sweet.
because he only has a defense of 11 right now. With the 10 damage. All right.
Ooh.
So you launch the arrow and once again, like, just hit him right between the eyes. The big man just falls down hard. You guys can see combat is a little more deadly than it is in D&D. You don't have 800 HP.
Nope.
Estia.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I'm using my minor action to stand from prone, and I'm brushing myself off and muttering about disgusting peasants in a disgusting swamp. And as I'm doing that, this nice like glow kind of emanates from me, and I attempt to heal myself. And let's see, it's not going to work. The glow lights up and then quickly fades away.
Due to your rage, you're unable to get the target number off.
Should have been an easy one, and it failed. And now I'm just furious. She's her brow is furrowed, and her voice is louder, and she's swearing, and she's mad.
Magnus.
All right. I'm going to glare at this guy in front of me. I'm not done with you yet. Move forward and as I'm moving, just take one of the throwing axes and lob it straight at his head. Should be...
So 6, 7, 10, that will not hit.
Ooh.
On the upside, it won't go far.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, Lottie, the idea, the Berserker armor from Berserk is where I got the idea for Ash's Magic Girl armor.
Oh, I was gonna say I've never seen Berserk, so I was like, I don't know what that looks like. But now I want to look it up.
All right, so the axe goes sailing over this guy's head, and he just smiles as he walks forward, just like wiping your blood off of his blade. And he's just like, well, that's a coincidence. I ain't done with you either. And goes in with the short sword again. 11 hit you?
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen?
Nope.
But he does have stunts. He has 3 stunt points. I don't know. All right. The rules describe as far as going to make a fighting. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Successful attack rolls only. So, nope, he misses. He like goes to lunge in for you, and you just move out of the way slightly from the lunge, and he kind of has a very frustrated look on his face, thinking that he should, have an easier time against the dwarf. Guy over off the on the side who's been picking on the mage is going to continue to pick on the mage.
Rude.
13 hit.
Yep.
Any of those? Oh, and there are 2 doubles.
Would you stop dying? It's bad for your health.
No. So again, he is going to do Mighty Blow and knock prone. So
I mean, I might be prone regardless, depending on how much damage he does.
short bow 1d6 plus 2. So a total of 4 damage. And if you aren't at
I'm
0,
still up. I'm still alive.
okay, so you're prone. As again, he just like shoots another arrow into your leg and just like knocks you to the ground. Valentha.
Yeah, I'm slightly annoyed this guy hasn't seen me as a threat, so I'm gonna go after this guy in the corner over here.
Oh, he sees you as a threat. It's just he has a mage in front of him.
Yeah.
That will hit.
Sweet.
Total of 9.
Yep.
That will kill him.
Yeah.
As you nail this one just dead in the throat and just falls over into the muck.
And I shake my head because I'm like, God damn it.
Astia.
As soon as she hits the ground, she just screams that angry guttural scream, and she stomps her way to her feet.
To vent
And
her rage.
She whips around, and seeing as this guy is the only alive hostile left, or at least conscious hostile left, she just throws an arcane lance at him. She's too angry to heal herself right now.
That'll hit. All right. So the arcane lance just flies out of your hand and hits him dead in the ribs, and it causes him to wince a bit, but he is still on his feet. Magnus.
Since I would have been holding my axe in one hand, I'm going to grab it with the other hand and bring it straight up at his chin.
Okay.
Get rid of that.
Zorro. That pun. 3, 6, 8, 9 will not hit.
I am not pleased.
Oh.
Nice, please.
It's like as you bring the axe up, he just laughs as he just moves his head backwards. He's like, "You're too small, little man."
Ooh. No.
15's gonna
That'll
hit.
hit.
What is the damage on the sword? +4. All right, so it's gonna hit it for a total of 6.
Okay.
Kill shot. What are you doing?
I'm just disappointed that I seem to be doing all the work here, so I'm gonna go ahead and aim for him.
6, 8, 9, 12, 15. Yep, it's gonna hit.
Sweet.
Total of 9.
Yes. Are you guys doing anything this match? What's going on?
You guys just look around the battlefield and just all the bodies are just riddled with arrows.
Mage, you were on your arse half the time. I don't know what you were doing. I'm gonna go and collect my arrows.
And she just shoots you the angriest look as she again attempts to heal herself. If you can actually work this time.
Nope.
It's not gonna work again. She just stomps off in anger.
All right, so after that combat, let's go ahead and take a break. Get up, stretch our legs, get something to drink, and when we get back, we will find out what poor plans Valentha has for the kid. So see those guys. We'll be right back.
It's okay. It's not.
All right, we are back.
Oh,
Oh,
Raven will be right back.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know he was gone.
Yep.
Did he just run away, just like right as I sat down?
No, he's been gone for a few seconds, like 30 seconds or something.
Oh,
He was like, "Oh, I'll be right back." So,
okay. Well,
see,
we're back, sorta, back-ish.
backish.
But while we're waiting, I hope everybody is enjoying the new game and getting acquainted with our characters here. I think once it joins us with his Talvashoth, things are going to get a little more interesting. Seeing as how who and what Fox is playing, and the current I don't know how exactly his character is going to feel about the current war between Tevinter and the Qunari, seeing as how he is Talvashoth.
the nice thing about that interaction is that my character can speak his character's language, but she has no plans on making that known to him. So if he ever tries to say anything behind her back, she's gonna know.
Ooh.
Angry dog.
I actually forgot what my
Dog doesn't like Tevinter.
yeah. I forgot where my languages are. Maybe it's under persona. No. Yeah, I don't remember what I speak. No, I speak Elvish. I know that. Got that nailed down for me.
Crowd and DA is overrated. Don't at me. Hey, Fox is standing in wet grass with a low HP and low dex. Just saying. Dalish elf girl is best girl.
I agree, Lottie. 110%.
I was gonna say, are Valentha and Astia going to like be fighting over who's best girl?
I wonder if she's gonna have the same mindset, because Valantha doesn't give a shit about her, so she doesn't care.
I was gonna say, is Valantha? We're gonna have hashtag Team Valantha and Team Astia.
Probably. I guess while we're waiting for Raven, she's gonna loot their bodies to see if she can find any coin on them, or any magical items or potions, all that stuff and the like.
Go ahead and give me a. You can go ahead and give me a roll for this. Let me bring up the my sheets again.
Sorry about that. Had to medicate a cat.
It's all good.
Oh, you're,
I accidentally took a slide while you were gone, so it was my fault. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. And if you have searching, you can use searching as well.
It's not searching, but I'll still roll my perception.
All right, so who are you searching? Are you searching the big guy or just the henchman?
I'm searching all of them. Probably the big guy first, but she's planning on doing all of them just to
So-
see if they have anything on them.
On the big guy, you find another 2 lesser healing potions, a coin with 5, or a bag with 5 silver in it.
Sweet.
And then there's a bow at his feet that he was using as a short bow, and then he's got a battle axe and a shield as well.
Okay, she doesn't want to carry all that stuff, so she'll take the potions and the gold, or the silver, and then she'll just double check the minions.
The minions, all they've got on them are their shoddy weaponry.
Okay, yeah, she's not interested then, especially since she can't really carry much. So what she's gonna do next is, she's gonna go back to the cart and find. Actually, no, I lied. She's gonna grab one of the daggers from one of the random bodies. She is going to kind of dip it in their blood, and I'm gonna go find a piece of parchment.
All right.
And with the blood, I'm going to smear the words "Beware the Witch of the Wilds," and then I want to find the kid's tent, put the knife through the parchment near him and leave a couple silver next to him.
Go ahead and give me another perception roll. See if you can't find old Jimmy.
Is this one a seeing, or is this still searching?
It's searching because you need to find what tent he's in.
Okay.
So 8, 9, 12. So as you search, you don't find his tent, but you can hear him whimpering in some bushes.
Oh God.
As like you look over and you can see that he's had a clear eye shot of what you guys just did.
Okay, taking a note, she's not gonna like make herself know like, oh, I know where you are. She's just gonna go to kind of close to him. I don't know if there's a tree or just the cart or something, and nail the knife on there instead.
He is currently in these bushes right here.
Okay, so I'll stab it on the cart then that's facing him, and I'll put 2 silver on top right there, and I'll sign it. I'll make sure it says like Jimmy, beware the witch of the wild, so he knows it's for him. And
as you're like doing that, you feel something. The other two of you see Jimmy come out of the bushes and just like quietly run over to Valantha, and he just like tugs on the back of your shirt.
Yes.
Get me out of here.
They're mostly dead. I'm going to take one of their horses. Just take one of their horses.
I don't know where I'm at.
Just ride north.
What direction's north?
It's that way.
Can I just go with you? It's safer.
But no, I go alone. I'm not even with these guys. They did their part, and I'm going off on my own. Why don't you ask one of them?
Because you killed everyone.
Well, and I was nice enough to leave you a couple little things for your
look. They took me like they took you.
Okay.
I'm not a part of their group. I really don't want to die out here with them.
Again, look, kids, I'm sorry, but I go on my own.
My father can pay well.
I don't really care too much about money, but where are you even trying to go? First of all,
my family has a farmland, south down, whatever. It's a little bit away from Redcliffe.
Redcliffe, huh?
Look, if you get me back to my family's farm, my father will make it worth your while.
You know what? I'm not saying yes because I want to help you. I just happen to be going in that direction and I need to go through there, so... Can you fight at all?
Kinda.
Okay, well grab that dagger I just stuck in there and just take it with you.
Oh, okay. As he just grabs the dagger and he puts it in, like he just lays it in his belt. You notice that he still has his spear with him.
And by the way, thanks you two for all the help. By the way, and she points at the dwarf, great fighter, love what you do. Well, I'll see you guys later. Feel free to do whatever you want, but I'm taking one of their horses.
How many horses are here?
You know that there are 2. One, there was one for each cart.
Well, now that I have company, I guess I'm taking a cart. Which she starts to load up with some provisions and stuff.
There are no provisions for where you're at. If you want that, you actually are going to have to go into the main part of the camp to steal, along with the horses.
You know, she's the hunter. She could just get something in the forest. She's fine. All right. Well, you guys can have that one.
Oh,
I'll take this one.
Hurry up beside her. So, where are we going?
I'm. What?
Where are we going?
I don't know. It's wherever you're going. I'm getting out of here.
I have no idea where we are, and you seem to have a clue.
She's taking me to my father's farm.
I am going through Redcliffe. Apparently that's where he's from, just outside of it, so suppose I'm doing him a favor.
Well, it sounds like that's a wonderful direction then.
Why, are you from Redcliffe too? I mean, I guess Orzammar's not so far away from there.
From is a strong word. I move around a lot.
Were you born on the surface?
Yes.
Oh, well, then I guess that means diddly squat to you. All right, well, there's a horse and carriage right there. Just...
There's no horse.
There's no horse. That's the problem.
The horses are in the main part of the camp,
Oh.
along with the provisions.
Well, I saw that you were perfectly capable. There's what, maybe 3-4 more guys left out of the roughly 10 that were around. You're fine. You can handle it. Take the pretty one over there. I'm sure she'll help tremendously. She's so pretty when she sits on her arse.
You and the dwarf got us into this mess, sweetie. You're getting us out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the one that dragged us into this forsaken place. Pretty sure we were all in the same boat.
The two of you are the ones that busted open that cage. We were on our way to civilization.
Really?
If I can interrupt just for a moment, I do have information. If you're willing to take me with you, I know where you were headed, and I know why we stopped.
I thought you said you didn't know anything.
Look, they told me if I said anything, they were going to kill me. Okay.
Oh, they were gonna kill you anyway. But
Well,
let's hear it. What?
you were being sold to some creepy old codger who's been using the fresh bodies of the living to perform some sort of necromancy in the wilds, trying to bring his dead daughter back to life. He keeps trying to please a demon or something like that, so they will give him his daughter back.
Yeah, that sounds awfully familiar on too many storybook levels that I've heard of, and it never ends well, so not my problem.
Also, there are a lot of undead roaming the wilds a little deeper in.
Oh, it's a good thing we're going north out of here, aren't we then?
Oh, I guess. I don't know what's north.
Everything else.
Hopefully no
You're pretty
undead.
much hitting rock bottom, almost quite literally.
Listen, kid. You want to get out of here? You march into your camp, and you go collect us a horse. You come back, and we'll leave.
Just one?
Well, get me a horse anyway.
So both.
Just go, kid.
I can do that. I'm in charge of the horses anyway. See, and he just like jogs off back to camp.
Oh, good. Look at that. You both have horses now. You don't need to come with me.
You're going to walk the whole way.
Well, no, he's going to get you horses. You can just ride out.
We'll ride, but if you want to walk your way out of this bog, feel free.
No, I have a horse. That was just one. He's
have
fetching you
horses?
others.
2, 3.
Was there a horse in this area? I
No.
thought they were all in the main camp.
Oh, I thought there was
No,
one
there's
here.
No,
only
you don't have a
horses.
horse.
There's only 2 horses in the camp, and they're one's for the one cart and the other's for the other.
Got it. I thought there was one already here with our cart. My bad.
A few moments pass, and Jimmy comes back, and he's got the 2 horses. The horse that was leading the prisoner cart seems to be in rather good shape. The supply cart one, on the other hand, not so much. It looks like it's kind of on its last legs.
Well, no offense, but I feel like I pulled my weight the hardest, so I will take this one. I go towards the healthy horse.
Oh, I don't think so, sweetie.
Do you want to race me there? Because I'm pretty sure I'll beat you.
I take the horse, or nobody takes the horse. It's really as simple as that.
There's 2
I-
horses and 4 of us.
Well, I was just going to take the cart now that the kid apparently is coming.
I mean, if you're going to take the cart, you probably should take the supply one.
Oh, yeah, I'm not taking one with the dying people inside. I mean, poor sobs are in there, but there's not much I can do.
It's true.
I mean, it'd probably be best if we all left together.
I do so much better alone. I don't know. Just be happy I'm taking you, kid. Besides, even if this one is so adamant about having a horse, I'm from the forest. I have no problem getting out on foot. I do it all the time. Do you know how often we ride our hala? Not as often as you think.
Well,
With you shoving your horses.
I'm just saying we can probably get out of here faster if I attach both horses to the cart.
All right. How about this? We'll all ride together. I mean, I suppose I have to thank them for helping out. I mean, this was a team effort. I do not deny that. We can get out of the Kokiri Wilds, and then we go our own separate ways. And then you, I suppose, I'll take you all the way to Redcliffe.
Sorry, where did you say we were?
The Kokiri Wilds?
How the hell did we get all the way down here?
Oh, you were kidnapped.
Yeah, I've gathered that much, kid. Thanks.
They kidnapped you all the way from your home? Didn't you come a long way?
Oh no, she wasn't kidnapped from her home. She was given to us.
I'm sorry?
Oh, look at you. You're pretty present.
Yes, yeah, you were given to us.
By whom, may I ask?
I don't know, he didn't show his face. He was just in a very dark blue robe, saying you were a disappointment or something like that. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of drinking.
Oh, after this battle, I can certainly see why.
Trying to use my magic one more time, and I swear to God, if I don't hit that 10, I'm gonna kill this character and make a new one.
That's not how it works.
Self-living Bob.
Hey,
There
I finally
you go.
made it.
Just
10
barely.
Exactly.
So I shine a brilliant, bright yellow and white, and the magic very slowly kind of dissipates, and light particles come off of me, and I heal myself.
All right, well,
See, she could be
does that
useful. She can
sound
heal
good?
you.
I don't need healing. I wasn't touched.
I mean, later.
I don't plan on getting touched later.
Yeah, technically, Wisp is right. It is a triple. So you roll double. Oh wait, no, that's doubles on the damage. Never mind.
Yeah, that was how much I
Yeah.
was healing for.
Well, okay. So you guys get in the cart, and I will begin to drive it out. If anyone stops me, I can just say the boss ordered me to move it.
I'm. All right. How about this? You'll drive in the direction I tell you, since you apparently have no idea which way is north.
Yeah.
And then once we're to safety, I will drive because your sense of directions doesn't give me confidence.
Well, okay. If you think the horses will listen to you.
I have a way with animals. I could certainly try.
Okay.
And
all right.
and where is this old man, the necromancer? Where is he residing?
Oh, see, he runs over to the dead boss, and he, like, with like very strained effort, turns him over. He pulls out a bloody map and he brings it up over, and he's like, he's right here. If we just continue along this pathway, we would be there in I think he said 6 hours.
So he's in the Kokiri Wilds.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, why are we agreeing to go here? I don't think I said I want to go here.
Oh no, we don't have to go there. We don't have to go there. We can go far away from you. That's where we were taking you. We were going to sell you to him.
Oh, good. Well, all right, then I guess this is good to know that we just avoid that area altogether. And
I mean, unless you want
I
to
don't know
stop a necromancer, but that's up to you.
I mean, I don't care. There's a lot of really shitty people in this world, and one necromancer is not really going to stop all that.
I mean, as long as I
I've
get to
heard
go
the
back to my
stories.
farm, I'm fine.
All right, well, strap in, kid. We've got quite the journey, so we'll try to make our way towards the hinterlands, and that's at least the first stop of safety, and go from there, and then these two can do whatever they want, I suppose.
He's like, he looks at the map. He's like, I'm gonna bring the map up because I actually have a map of Ferelden.
Yar!
Yay! And his extreme close up on Orzammar.
Oh, we're way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at the bottom.
So right now, you guys are technically about here in the wilds.
I'd say let's go to Ostagar, but depending on if it was ever rebuilt after the battle about 13 years ago, then pretty sure it's just nothing but shelter for us. So I suppose we can at least stop there for shelter.
I mean, that works for me. Shelter's good.
All right, I suppose if you guys want to come along, I suppose we're going as a group now.
So get us out of here. I will come along, but as soon as we're in safety, we part ways.
Sounds good to me. What about you, dwarf?
Always safer to travel as a group. There's no reason to split up when we don't need to. Especially if we're all trying to escape for the same reason.
All right, that's fair. All right, I suppose we'll just get in the back of the cart and we'll let the kid drive.
I mean, if I'm good for anything, it's I know my way around horses.
All right, well, let's get us past the rest of your henchmen before we go there. Drive on, kid.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to measure here, and it's like 20 feet, and I know that's definitely not 20 feet. Well, because 1 inch on the map equals 18 miles.
Well, I will walk 18 miles. And
I don't think that's
will
much of
walk-
an accomplishment there.
I know. Well, it's a long journey to Redcliffe after this, so.
Yeah, that's not a short journey.
At least there are
Pretty
roads, though.
well.
I mean, this is true. Not really roads.
Well,
There's paths. There's
Yeah.
trails. The hinterlands are
Path.
beautiful.
path is enough.
Yeah, the hinterlands will be really pretty to go through.
Oh, here we go. So if 1 unit equals... Well, no, 1 unit equaling 1 mile is not going to be inches. Here we go. All right, let's see how this is now.
It's about 4 inches.
About 4 inches, so 4 inches on the map, and that's each inch is 18 miles. So you guys got some traveling to do.
A little bit.
70 some? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, does it, let's see, from Ostagar to Lothering. No, we're just gonna go with it now. I'll fix it later.
Okay.
So
Sounds good. Can we just go on the map and hit fast travel?
no, because you haven't discovered the location yet.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's fair.
So Jimmy climbs up into the seat and he's like, okay, just hunker down, cover yourself with like some of the blankets or something like that so they don't see you. he's like, okay, Biscuit, Beaker, let's go. And he clicks and the horses begin to ride off through camp.
Are they clean blankets by any chance?
They are.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
It looks like they stole these blankets.
There's a minimal amount of complaining then. And
about 15 minutes later, he looks back. He's like, okay, we're out of sight of the camp. If you want to try to drive the horses.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it. I'll hop up and I'll take the reins.
All right. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to see what. Oh, okay. So give me a communication roll for animal handling. What do you know? You're a natural.
You're just good at everything you do, aren't you?
Seriously.
Apparently.
So like it doesn't like the moment you
run out.
take it, everything, you just begin driving it like it's second nature. He's like, I guess you're good. Well,
Told you.
I'm gonna go sleep in the back.
All right.
Have fun with the horses. He just crawls in the back and wraps himself up into some blankets and like almost instantly falls asleep.
All right. I'm just gonna be putting along, just keeping an eye out since I know of the Kakari Wilds and.
It's day one luck.
Yeah.
From here on in, it's just nothing but ones.
Yeah. Oh God! Don't jinx it.
All
All right.
So, are you switching off with anybody to take the reins as you take a rest, or are you just going to keep going as long as you can?
I'll keep going for maybe like half the night, and then I'll wake up the kid.
Okay.
And have him drive and say, "Hey, go that way."
All right. So while you are going along, go ahead and give me percentile rolls.
3 percentile rolls?
Give me a second here. Yeah, percentile rolls. Just one.
Oh, just one? Okay.
Just one.
First percentile roll of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. So going through the night and everything, go ahead and give me a navigation roll, which is cunning, and you can have a +3 to it.
Okay. Decent cunning. And then +3 on top of that, so 5, 6, 7.
17.
Yeah.
All right, so you're able to keep along the path as you're avoiding a lot of the pitfalls and the bogs and everything like that, trying to keep the cart and the horses stable as you continue on north through the Kokiri Wilds on your way to Ostagar. About halfway through the night, you wake Jimmy up so he can take over, so you can get a bit of rest. He's like, okay, well, I'll yell if anything happens.
Sounds good. I'm gonna take one of the blankets and roll over. Like in the corner of the cart.
All right, here we go.
Oh God, Jimmy.
DM rigged the dice.
Jimmy. It's like I'm sick and tired of her good luck. I need to fuck this up. God damn it, Jimmy.
All right.
Oh.
So you
Oh,
guys,
what's that mean?
so you're going, and things seem to be going smoothly. But all of a sudden, you hear one of the horses cry out as the cart just does a roll as you go down a steep hill, and like blankets and chests and boxes and everything just get thrown about the cart. Jimmy like goes flying from the cart himself. You can hear like a very audible snap as one of the horses gives a groan, and By the time everything comes to a stop, the cart is upside down.
Was it the healthy horse or the not healthy horse that had the snap?
You don't know.
Did we all also fly out of the cart as it tumbled, or are now we trapped underneath it?
You guys are fine because this cart had a cover on top of it. So you guys just took a tumble and everything like that, and now you're like buried in boxes. You got like a couple bruises or anything, but nothing really too bad to damage you much. But
what just happened?
Where is that damn kid?
Jimmy?
What?
I'm all right. I think.
I don't care about you, child. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Something hit the cart.
What? Well, go check while we flip this thing over.
I would like to, but I'm in a tree.
This is why I travel alone. This right here. All right, let's flip the cart, guys.
So as you get out, you see that you guys have come to rest against a very like tall, gnarled looking tree, and Jimmy's about 20 feet up on like a very like thick branch, just like hanging there. Like I don't know what hit us, but it was big and it was angry.
Are you saying a thing hit the cart, not an item?
Oh, no, it definitely was a thing. I mean, look at the side of the cart, and the side of the opposite side of the cart. When you look at it, there is just this very huge impact imprint, and like the wood is completely shattered. You can see the cart is missing wheels. And yes, the good horse did snap its neck.
Damn it. This is why I travel alone. This just...
Well, we get our bearings here. Jimmy, was it? Go find out what that was.
No, he's just a kid. He won't... If he finds it and he gets attacked, he's not going to be able to warn us. Let me just go. Just gather all the provisions that fell out. We're going to have to probably go on foot from now on. And I'm going to, before I leave, I'm going to investigate the side.
I can see it.
Well, what is it?
Where is it?
As he like
probably
points,
behind us.
No, he points up to the top of the hill, and you can see like this rather tall and twisted looking creature, almost looking like an oversized orc. And in its hand is just like this giant, like this, what almost looks like a tree.
Well, at least it's not throwing bears.
Anyone who ever played the beginning of Dragon Age Inquisition and you're stuck in the hinterlands and there's fucking bears everywhere, you're just like, stop touching me.
Then you put the bears mod on there and it's just like the bears are the most dangerous thing in the game.
God, I mean, they're dangerous at the beginning because when there's not just one, there's like 5, and then it's when you finally kill one because you're so weak, 2 more come out of nowhere, and you're just like, God damn bears. So it looks like a gnarled tree?
No, I'm sorry. It doesn't look like a gnarled tree. You can see a very like large, twisted-looking two-handed sword in its hands. I was looking at the wrong creature.
I was gonna say Whomping Willow. Everybody move. Do I recognize it at all?
I think everyone here could recognize it as a Herlock.
Oh,
I remember those.
We are in their territory technically. Oh. Well, not their territory, but it's where they are. Oh, yeah, great.
Also, this one is a bit larger than normal. This one looks like it's been eating its Wheaties.
Oh God, is this like was it one of those general Herlocks or whatever? The beefy ones?
The giant beefy ones, yeah.
Oh God. Oh.
What are the chances we can make a getaway on foot?
They will run forever if need be, if they're ambitious enough. So the problem is, if there's one, there's probably most likely more. Think of them as a pack of wolves. If there's one, there's many. I think we have no choice. We may have to take this one out and then make a run for it before more come. Jimmy, stay up in the goddamn tree. You're just gonna hurt yourself.
I ain't going anywhere.
Good.
You can't reach me up here.
Useless
Oh.
child.
I'm gonna go ahead and take my arrow out and I'm gonna shoot it.
All right. Before let's go ahead and end here for the week.
Okay.
It
oh god damn it.
is 10:15. We're getting on close to any time, and at this time we can also introduce Imp's character if he comes in next week to fight the Hurlock. But I hope you guys are enjoying the game.
Oh god, it's already being funny. The hate is just instantaneous.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like multiple hate boners going on right now.
To Vinter.
To
Vinter. That meme is not going to get old.
Mm-mm. Oh, that's funny.
Like you guys are judging me before you get to know me.
I mean,
Your attitude's kind of backing it up,
the
though.
first thing you did is shove somebody out into the middle of the swamp and blow them up. Literally.
Listen, if he just believed in himself a little more, he could have not blown up. It was really his fault if you think about it.
I don't think that's how it works.
are you sure? I think that's how it works.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it works, and you can't ask him otherwise, because
He's dead?
Yeah.
he's like all over that guy and that tree and that bush over there.
Pretty sure Valantha would
And-
have a much bigger beef with that if it wasn't already a dying person, so.
Yeah, this is true. He wasn't really he wasn't going to be long for that world anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well turn him into something useful.
I
Wow.
mean, fertilizer?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Why not?
It's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but chat, I hope you guys enjoyed the game as well. Thank you very much for tuning in for the inaugural episode of Blood on the Gray. This is something we are going to be doing every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. It is a brand new campaign onto a system that I think everyone here, aside from myself, is touching for the very first time. This is only my second touch of it, so I've had to go back and relearn the rules, and I think we're going to learn more as we go along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm having fun.
I like it.
I'm just glad we were able to escape.
To be fair, I didn't know where I was going to start you guys until I sent Zorro the inaugural list of creatures that I needed. I'm like, you know what? This works. I know where I'm going to put you, and I know why you're here. And that's why you're here. Is
That works.
because things happened.
Yep.
We're friends, not money. You can't sell us.
I mean, they can
You tried.
and failed, but
Maybe
not.
the necromancer's lonely.
What's that?
Maybe the necromancer's lonely.
Nah.
Yeah, that's why he's trying to bring back the undead.
Yep. I wonder if you guys will actually run into the necromancer later on.
Yeah, who knows? Murder hobo enough. Trace back to us.
Well, to be fair, they're not really his his minions. He just hired a bunch of mercenaries to go out and kidnap people.
Yep. That's no gusta.
It definitely is no good stuff. Shadow
Nope.
Fox, thank you for the sub.
Oh,
Get some
snap.
love in the chat for Shadow Fox for that tier 1 sub. Oh. So I think that's going to do it for us tonight. But before we head off, you wonderful people, Fox, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am HB Fox, and I only play the nicest and most kind-hearted characters on this channel across all campaigns that I'm a part of.
Best girl blood mage.
If you want to see whether or not that's true, you'll just have to tune into all the shows. That's how it works. Aside from that, aside from blatantly lying to everyone, I also am the manager for the Hunter Wild, and I am the content manager for Streamer Square. That's kind of it at the moment.
Forget that I need to do a follow command for Streamer Square.
Yeah, I'm trying to find ways to like shorten my outro thing as much as possible.
Zorro, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am Zoro for Me 3. I am a variety / creative streamer. I am on hiatus because of moving and whatnot, so I won't be able to stream for a while. But when I do, it's mostly story-based RPG type games with some Dead by Daylight and creative streams everywhere from commissions with characters and Twitch emotes to my own stuff. Otherwise, I'm here twice a week with these awesome people on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Raven, who are you and what do you do on the internet? The internet.
I am Raven's Lark. I want to say variety streamer, but it's not true. I binge. Currently we are doing an XCOM 2 heavily modded playthrough. All regulars are soldiers. So I'm having a glorious time killing off chat. I am live here on Wednesdays with these amazing folks, and then currently live on my own channel on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And that's tentative because some things are changing. So
And I am Rojan Quest. I am you can find me here excuse me 3 nights a week on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays, as well as my own channel on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, where I stream for Extra Life, raising money for the Lawrence Small Children's Medical Center up in Bakersfield, California, as we do a focus on games that have multiplayer and community-based content. As for the channel here, we currently have 4 channels. Wow, we currently have 4 shows in effect right now, with one along the way. Currently on Tuesday, you have Gibbering Mouthers, which is the other game that I DM, which is our I'm just choking right now. Blood Magic. Which is our homebrew 5th edition D&D game, where a lot of shenanigans happen, a lot of drama happens, rum rains for the sky, and people get lit on fire because of it. Wednesday nights, where you have us here now, is Blood on the Gray, which is our brand new Dragon Age RPG tabletop game. Saturdays is a campaign building stream right now with Impious as he builds a new game, a new campaign I should say. And on Sunday is our Dragon Heist campaign of, I almost called it Always Sunny in Waterdeep because that's all I can think of right now, of Waist High in Waterdeep, which is just a show where we can't roll above a 10. I mean, let's be fair, we just botch the rolls all the time. But again, guys, thank you very much for watching. We are going to go on a raid, and we are going to raid somebody completely new. They are currently doing D&D as well, and we are going to go raid Pen and Paper Capers. So let's go drop some love in their chat. Spam a couple times Behold a Raid, which is our brand new raid call, And we will catch you guys, I believe, on Sunday when Imp does his campaign building, and then on Saturday when he does campaign building, and then on Sunday when we go live with more Waste High and Waterdeep. But until then, guys, have a good one, and we will see you next time.